Needless Things Podcast. Hey, Phantomaniacs! Welcome to the newest episode of the Needless Things Podcast, where we talk about toys, movies, music, and all manner of pop culture dorkery. I am your host, Dave, and I am so very tired right now. Just two really long days at work. You know how sometimes, as a matter of fact, I saw this earlier. If you're not following employee tiers on Instagram, it's a pretty relatable, fun account. And they put up a post earlier today called Defining the Fuckening. And it was the point where you think you're having like a pretty okay day, and then the thing happens that just ruins it, and that thing is the fuckening. And I had pretty intense fuckenings multiple times throughout my day today and yesterday, and I'm just I'm over it. But I get a couple of days off, and then I get to go in for an overtime day Sunday and an overtime day Thursday. And I get to work a lot because a bunch of people have quit because my job is shitty. But we're not here to talk about my shitty job. We're here to talk about this wonderful podcast because it's time once again for the Needless Commentary. This month, we are watching Steel Dawn. I'm not going to say any more about it. You will hear everything that you need to know during the commentary portion of the episode. But it is setting a theme for the entire rest of the year. We haven't totally settled on or agreed on a name, but the theme was going to be post-apocalyptic, and then we realized a couple of the movies, in our opinion, or maybe just in my opinion, were not actually post-apocalyptic. They were just future dystopian landscapes. So this year, we're going to be focusing on that kind of stuff, and we're kicking it off with Steel Dawn for Swayzuary, because it's still a month that ends in Uary, so we didn't totally miss it. And hopefully scheduling won't completely screw up our plans for everything else throughout the whole rest of the year. But as of now, like February, not a big month for me, so a couple overtime days here and there, help me pay for the conventions coming up later in the year. These are not things we want to discuss. You know what we want to discuss? We want to discuss the Needless Things YouTube channel. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers because something happens then. I don't remember what it is. Maybe that's when I can get, I can start having ads and getting a little revenue off of that. Maybe I'm not positive, but I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. I hit 700 the other day, which is fantastic. So please keep spreading the word. Tell your friends. This week, this was a wild one. This was Dark Order week on the Needless Things YouTube channel. I reviewed all 5 figures in AEW Unmatched Series 3 because they were all members of the Dark Order. This is, I don't often pre-order full sets of figures from Ringside Collectibles because they do charge a premium. Now, granted, you get them like 3 or 4 months before most retailers, but most of the time, especially with wrestling figures, I'm like, I can wait to either find them at retail or perhaps even get them on clearance. But this wave, the Dark Order, the first ever Mr. Brody Lee figure, John Silver, who I'm a huge fan of, it's all 5 figures were must-haves for me. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on the full set. They got here, and I was like, you know what? We're doing 5 days of reviews. So this is unprecedented because the most I've done before is 4 days, because on the 5th day, we drop a new episode of the Needless Things Podcast every single Friday, available wherever you get your podcasts. So today, when this podcast comes out, a couple hours later, you're going to have the final review of Dark Order Week, which is John Silver, one of my favorite kind of supporting wrestlers right now, and I think he could definitely step into a bigger role at some point, but I just really like that guy. But not only is he closing out Dark Order Week, but you can win 15 Is it 15? I think there are 3 cards in each pack, and there are 5 packs. But anyway, you can win the AEW trading cards by Upper Deck that came with those Dark Order figures, and that's the only way you can get those trading cards. So not only are they unique to those figures, but you're getting them like 3 or 4 months before they actually hit retail. So you can, if you watch that video on the Needless Things YouTube channel, you can win that full set of trading cards. You just have to watch the video to find out how to win. Next week on the Needless Things YouTube channel, and this is an onerous task is ahead of me. I've already filmed it, but I've got to edit it, and it's going to take some work. I reviewed the Razor Crest, the HasLab vehicle from The Mandalorian that got blown up, but I don't care because I like awesome toys. I particularly love starships, so the Razor Crest was something that I had to have. It didn't matter to me that, I mean, I would prefer it if it hadn't gotten blown. Well, okay, at the time I would prefer if it hadn't gotten blown up because it's a really cool starship, but it didn't affect my desire to own the toy. I wanted that ship regardless. But now, in retrospect, I'm glad it got blown up because if it hadn't, we wouldn't have gotten the awesome Naboo starfighter that we got in Book of Boba Fett. So, and hopefully we'll get a toy of that. I already pre-ordered, and I don't do Lego. I just don't. I don't have the space for it. Well, that's the main reason. I don't have the space for it. But I pre-ordered the Lego set of that starship because I have to have it, and I don't necessarily believe that Hasbro is going to make one for Vintage Collection, but we'll see. Maybe they will. Anyway, everybody seemed to love it, so I think it's a bigger possibility. So anyway, that's what's up with that. Next week, Razor Crest review on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share. I already mentioned Book of Boba Fett. I really enjoyed the show. No, it was not the greatest TV show of all time. No, it wasn't necessarily what I might have done with the character, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I had a good time with it, and you can check out. I haven't listened to it because I have a feeling I know the general tone of the episode, but Execute Chapter 66 did a special massive review of Book of Boba Fett with tons of an unreasonable number of people involved. But I just don't want to listen to anybody shit on something that I enjoyed, which I have a feeling there's going to be a good bit of that with some of the names that are involved. So, but if you want to listen to what they think of Book of Boba Fett, I highly recommend you go check out that Execute Chapter 66 special episode. Maybe I'm not being fair. Maybe they loved it. Maybe they thought it was great, but I don't think so. Anyway, moving on to other TV shows that are more universally beloved. Peacemaker, just watched the final episode. I won't say anything about it, just in case you haven't seen it yet. Absolutely fantastic. Renewed for a second season, which is joyous news. But one, I'm unsurprised because James Gunn, I think, is one of the greatest creators walking among us today. The surprise, and it's not really a huge surprise if you've actually been following John Cena's acting career. He has been good in everything he's been in, but we just saw more range in Peacemaker. John Cena is a phenomenal actor, and this show is absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait for the second season. And who knows how long that's going to be, because I do believe there's a little film called Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that Mr. Gunn has to finish before he does anything else. So that's something. All right, let me look at this on my phone before my phone turns off. Bloom County, and it's not something I've talked about a whole lot on the show. It's one of the most special things in the world to me, but I don't know, for some reason comic strips are not something that I delve into, but I have all of the Bloom County collections a couple times over. They've done omnibuses, they've done the old paperback ones, they did the library editions from IDW. I own a lot of Bloom County. I bought the plush that Berkeley Breathed had done himself a few years ago. Bloom County, I don't think I could overemphasize the impact that it had on my humor, my way of thinking, my outlook on the world. Hugely impactful. And Variety announced the other day that a Bloom County animated series is headed to Fox. This is something I have wanted since I was a child. I have been reading the Bloom County comic strips. I mean, obviously they've been on and off for decades. But I was probably 9 or 10, I think, when Opus first caught my eye. And ever since then, I've just been a fan. And from, basically an introduction into politics to culture to everything else, that comic strip means so much to me. And I've wanted they did A Wish for Wings That Work, which is a lot of fun. But I have always dreamed of a Bloom County animated series, and just like the strip, this is from Variety, just like the strip, the TV version of Bloom County will center on, quote, a collapsed lawyer, a lobotomized cat, and a penguin in briefs and fruit headwear living in the world's last boarding house in the world's most forgotten place deep in the dandelion wilds of Fly Way Way Over country. To wit, today's America at a glance. And here's the important thing. Co-written and executive produced by Berkeley Brethren. That is key. Bento Box is the animation studio. Miramax, Spyglass, and Project X will also executive produce. And the Fox Entertainment president, Michael Thorne, is a Bloom County fan. This just all sounds very, very promising. I don't know that it sounds like it's going to be very long-lived, because it is headed for Fox, which is not always the best news in the world. But at the same time, the longest-running television series in the history of the planet, The Simpsons, has been on Fox through thick and thin, through ups and downs. So I don't know. But I am so excited for this. It seems unbelievable to me. Toy Fair, not happening this year, but we are working on putting together a Toy Fair episode that will be, we did something similar last year, and perhaps even, I don't remember if there was a Toy Fair. Yeah, we got a Toy Fair in 2020 because that was just before the pandemic. We didn't get it last year, but our head of research, myself and Ryan Schweck, put together a sort of a toy announcement episode, and we're going to do the same thing this year. I've just got to figure out when it can happen, but stay tuned for that. It'll be in the next couple of weeks here, because this weekend would have been Toy Fair. Pre-orders, and you know what? We're going to save this for the Toy Fair episode, because I'm already going a little bit long in my intro. Two more things I want to mention, or I guess two things that are intertwined. I have to acknowledge that Cody and Brandy Rhodes have left AEW. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know if it's real. I don't know. Like, they are leaving. They are no longer with the company. That is a fact. But I don't know if they're going to do something and come back. I don't know if he's going to WWE. There are rumors that he's met with WWE, and there are already plans in the works. I don't know. I just know that I was never not a fan of Cody. I was never booing the guy. I always admired what he did. I liked him as the babyface character he was trying to be, and I understand that's, was probably an insurmountable challenge in the modern world of professional wrestling, but I respect the heck out of the guy and his integrity and what he wants to present as his family's legacy. And from what I've seen of Brandy, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know either one of these people. But you watch the reality show, and you watch AEW. From what I've seen of Brandy, she seems like a tough, smart woman who really just wants to do the best for herself and her family. I liked her from what I saw of her. And so I'm hoping for the best for her as well, for both of them, for the whole Rhodes family. I hope they find what they're looking for. I hope everything works out, and AEW obviously is going to be just fine. They're okay. And speaking of which, to close this thing out, AEW is on fire right now. Wednesday nights for me, last night's Dynamite, from beginning to end, was just captivating. Could not take my eyes off the screen. They've had a bunch of good Dynamites in a row. They've got momentum. They've got these storylines that, they actually take time to build and develop, and the matches are all a little bit different and interesting, and it's just from beginning to end. Dynamite and Rampage are both fantastic shows. They're two of my favorite things I watch on television, and I haven't been able to say that about a wrestling show in a very long time. So, Cody and Brandy are going to be fine. AEW is going to be fine, and all in all, we're in a pretty good time for wrestling because we don't have to watch WWE. Which maybe is a little more of a sour note than I intended to go out on. But like I said, guys, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm ready to wrap this thing up. I'm ready to deliver unto you the Steel Dawn Needless commentary. Now, I will tell you before we start, I'm plagued with electronic issues lately. I still have not resolved the Bluetooth problem on my phone. If you're aware of it, I can't record video with a Bluetooth microphone right now on my phone. It has problems, and it makes the audio unusable. And then while we were recording the commentary, thank goodness I actually noticed it, my recorder pooped out. I believe that what happened is I thought several times in a row that I hadn't used it very much, so I didn't need to charge it. I don't think it's dying charge-wise. It seems okay now. But so I had to switch recordings. So you're going to notice a change in the quality of the audio. Neither one is better. It's just you'll notice a change at one point. And partially you'll notice it because I say, hey, I think the recorder's fucking up. Because it's during the commentary, so it's not like we could stop. So anyway, that's what that's all about. So now, you guys, grab yourself probably just some water, really, because it's the dystopian post-apocalyptic future. Water's in short supply. People are generally miserable scumbags. It's a tough time to be a Patrick Swayze, but he fights his way through, and in the end, the true Steel Dawn was the friends we made along the way.
Welcome to Cy Sperling's Movies of the 80s, where we talk about movies of the 80s.
Swayzuary.
It is still, fortunately for us, fortunately for all of you, still Swayzuary, so we're able to get in. Okay, so before we watch, because if you're not familiar with the Needless commentary, we will watch something all the way through with all the dialogue and everything, so we can really formulate our thoughts, get some in-depth analysis of the film, the subject matter.
This is a film.
It was a film.
And it definitely needed in-depth analysis.
And then we watch it again, but we talk over it, which is what we're going to do now. This started with Big Trouble in Little China, where we watched the movie, and we're going to talk about it afterwards. They were like, we might as well play the movie again while we're talking about it. That's how this all started. And today, we're watching, prior to this viewing, what I would have described as the awesome Steel Dawn. Because that's what I thought of it when I was a kid. I thought it was the best Patrick Swayze movie I had ever seen in 1988. What is it?
87.
87.
Same year as Dirty Dancing.
And for it, wow. That's something
Swayze
else.
was on top of the world.
So, this is our very first Swayzuary was with Next of Kin in 2018. This is 4 years of Swayzuary.
This is our fifth Swayzuary.
I also thought... Oh, it is?
Yeah, because we did Next of Kin, Roadhouse,
Red Dawn?
Red Dawn. Last year, remotely, we did Point Break.
Right!
Yeah!
So this is our fifth Swayzuary. I'd forgotten about Point Break. So yeah,
we're running out of good Patrick Swayze movies.
Right, so if anybody has any recommendations, please let us know for next year. We've only got 11 months now to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
But I also thought when I was a kid that Steel Dawn was the sequel to Red Dawn, and after watching it again, I don't know that it's not. But before we get to... Look, I think it's a sustainable theory. Before we get to that, we got to say, the cadavers are here.
Hey!
In the Phantom Zone. Arian is here, and I'd just like to say to Arian, do you really want to? Do you really want to stay sad?
Yes.
And finally, our special guest returning after we watched the first part, the prequel to Steel Dawn. Mike Gordon, you're back for the sequel.
I am. Howdy, everyone.
When I said we're watching Steel Dawn, you said, "Oh, the sequel to Red Dawn."
I'm in.
You're in. You were here for it. So, for those of you listening at home in your car or whatever, and if you're in your car, don't watch the movie
No,
while you're driving.
that sounds dangerous.
No, it would be terrible. It would be much more dangerous than Patrick Swayze's sword fighting. If you're ready, I'm watching the Blu-ray Vestron Pictures release, which Vestron, by the way, also released Chopping Mall and many other Chud. I think is one of their releases. Lots of awesome movies from them. You can get this Blu-ray for under $10. Shocking.
How have we not done Chopping Mall?
Yeah, we need to do Chopping
Yeah.
Mall.
That's a great one.
Because Chopping Mall is legit awesome.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
I
movie.
love Chopping Mall.
Straight up.
So, if you are ready with your VHS or your Laserdisc or however you're watching Steel Dawn with us, in 3, 2, 1,
Betamax.
Streaming.
we're watching it on the PS5, which is or PS4. I'm sorry, I do not have a PS5 for myself, though Phantom Jr. does have one, and it's pretty awesome.
It's true.
This is a Lance Hool film. Lance Hool cast.
Cool.
It's either his son or his nephew, I guess. I don't know which, as the kid in this movie. Starring Patrick Swayze. I mean, really, that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
And his wife.
Yeah.
Is Lisa Nemi his wife?
His real wife, yeah.
Oh, okay. And then Christopher Neame, who's very, very similar to Nemi, but not quite.
They're distant cousins.
And then Brian James, who is a low-budget Hulk Hogan.
Apparently.
Also, he
Isn't that
spells his
Brian
name wrong.
James?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was one of the replicants in Blade Runner.
Project, Arian, project.
Sorry.
The people want to hear your lovely, soothing voice. They do.
So the budget of this fine film is what $3.5 million.
Wow.
And every cent of it is on screen.
$1987 to get you, and it made $562,000.
Yeah. Apparently it was a major flop.
Yes.
I can't understand why.
I had never heard of it.
But no, for real, like,
It
it actually is a little surprising
fact,
that a Patrick
when you-
Swayze movie.
When you Google search Steel Dawn, people also ask, is Steel Dawn a sequel to Red Dawn?
And the answer,
I mean, look, I think that naming, because let's take a look at this
Red
movie.
Dawn.
Take a look at this movie. What about it says to you Steel Dawn?
No, it's a very
The
poorly named
Steel.
movie.
But it's not, because the obvious attempt
Yeah.
here was to relate it in some way to the massive success that was Red Dawn.
I feel like they filmed this
Wolverines.
movie and they said, this is a steaming turd. How are we going to trick people into going to see it?
I think you're
We'll
right.
call it Steel Dawn.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't call it, like, Blue Dawn.
I will say this. I don't think... I mean, look, it's not good,
No.
but it's entertaining.
Yeah, it is.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch any of these, like, Mad Max ripoff movies. Like,
And
they're
that's
always
exactly what it is.
100%. Like, this is straight up, like, so much stuff is just taken from the Road Warrior.
Ah, shit. So,
I mean, honestly, the whole movie is the Road Warrior.
the IMDb trivia says the movie is often likened to Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior. In fact, the movie's composer, Brian May, scored Mad Max and The Road Warrior.
Not to be confused with...
Sir Brian May of Queen.
No, don't confuse them.
And once you hear the music, you will not.
Yes.
You will not confuse them. No.
And,
Patrick Swayze has a real shitty ponytail in this movie.
what are you talking
His-
about?
his,
The hair's great.
Whoever did the hair in this has clearly gone on to work for WWE, because the extensions here
Yeah.
look about as good as what you see on WWE television and the ladies there.
It's like they just Velcroed it onto the back of his head.
I think you were right. You said that it looked like they went to Party City
Yeah.
and just glued an entire wig to his neck.
Yep.
I feel like
Let me get my neck wing.
I feel like that's accurate.
Yeah.
So
I wish there was more with these, like, Walrus Tusken Raider guys.
yeah, I this is
Kinda
cool. And we don't know what this world is. Like,
Yeah.
unlike Mad Max, they don't even really reference a disaster or an apocalypse or anything that made...
This is the shitty world you have to live in.
They do mention at one point the life before the sandstorms.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But they don't get any more... We don't know if the sandstorms were caused by nuclear holocaust or what. We have no idea. Yeah. Which is fine, because it's not like that would make this movie any better. That guy's just straight up rolling down the dude.
And unnecessary tumbling!
He is a tumbler at heart.
It's true.
He may be known for his dancing. Is this the first dialogue in the movie? It is.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Cuts that arm off.
Yeah.
We get some good gore in this scene that
you don't get the
You
rest
don't
of
get
the
the
movie.
rest of the
kind of
movie at
does.
all.
Yeah.
This is actually probably the best scene in the whole movie, honestly.
It's not like the... I don't think this movie had a fight coordinator.
No.
I think they just handed him that sword and said, do some cool shit, Pat.
Yeah. Like that guy, they just put some blood on his back.
And he said, don't call me Pat. I'm Patrick.
I'm going to jump and twirl around.
Which is what he's known for.
I'm going to do a somersault.
He had just done Dirty Dancing, so he's got those skills.
I wonder when this was filmed in relation to Dirty Dancing.
It's a good
I feel like it was like filmed like a year or two before.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
This movie is R-rated,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
kind of a waste of an R-rated.
Well,
Yeah.
they show nipples.
There's boobs and,
Yeah, but
and
there's
there's
a lot of
blood.
killing.
There's a side boob, but it could have been...
Yeah, like
No, there's straight up titties when they go into the whore tent.
But I think obviously
Not
this
a
was,
lot of titties.
There's 4 nipples.
this was
I
before
counted.
No, there's 6.
Ooh.
before
I dig
PG-13.
it.
Nah, this was
Well.
definitely after PG-13, because PG-13...
Oh, right. Came out with the
Temple of Doom,
yeah.
which was like 83 or 84.
Yeah.
There are 3 chicks, full on boobs out in the whore tent.
Yep.
And then doesn't the mom? Oh, she doesn't.
We
I was out of
never
I
seen
was
her
out of the
face.
room, so I
No.
missed it.
No.
No, she just has her robe on and she, like, mounts his butt.
Well, we'll get to that
The butt mounting.
insertion.
Yeah.
Which for
She tells him to relax.
which for
Yeah.
a couple that was
Don't fight
married, like they had not a lot,
No chemistry.
not a lot of.
No chemistry
No,
whatsoever.
No, not at all.
Hope they had more in actual real life.
I want a prop replica, not of his sword, but of his
Dune
dune
cane?
his dune navigating
Dune
stick.
cane.
Yes.
His
I
Dune
want
cane.
I want a replica of his hair.
Well, I mean that's you go
You
to
could
Party
pick that-
City.
yeah.
You
that from the
next
side of the road.
next commentary, whatever that may be, you run out to Party City, bring a wig over here, and we'll glue it to your neck.
You'll look exactly like that.
Exactly like Patrick's, like Nomad.
Yeah.
I'll
His
go
only
get-
credited
yeah.
name in this is Nomad.
I'll go buy,
is-
like, the worst Tina Turner wig I can find and then just tie it around my neck.
He probably
Under your
this,
neck,
and
and then
be like,
the
yes.
headband. Yeah.
probably
It'll be
like,
like the other
dude,
guy.
this movie was gonna suck. He's like, just don't credit me, thinking that like they wouldn't credit Patrick Swayze. It was just like, okay,
We just won't give him a name in the movie.
Yeah.
call you no man.
No, I'm pretty sure he was like, no, I want to be like the man with no name.
Well, thinking about... Okay, so I said I'm a little surprised that a Patrick Swayze movie didn't do better, but at this point, all he had was Red Dawn and Dirty Dancing, and Dirty Dancing may not... was okay.
Not a lot of crossover.
Well, no. But you put a name in a film... Like, right now, you put Chris Pratt in some shitty, stupid Netflix movie, and a ton of people are still going to watch it, apparently.
Yeah,
So
but
what
like,
I'm saying
but
is...
but like the barrier for entry to that is like someone bored sitting on their couch.
Well, they would have gone. They would have gone to the theater too.
yeah, like you have to like get someone to get up and leave their house and go to a place to do a thing.
Well, right, but back in 1987, that's what we did. There was no
Did we?
Netflix.
I didn't leave the house. I played video games.
Plus, Dirty Dancing was a big hit, so it was probably still playing in theaters when this was playing.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
And the dates were like, the girl's like, no, I'm not seeing that. Let's go see Dirty Dancing.
When did Dirty
again.
Dancing come out, and when did this come out?
I will get you that information. Release date.
Because if Dirty Dancing had had enough time to establish him in the way that we think of Patrick Swayze now, I think this movie would have done... I'm not saying it would have been a hit, but it would have done better than $500,000.
That's pretty pitiful.
It's not a lot.
Nah, so...
I need another beverage for this.
Release date,
Apologize for the squeaky
Steel
chair.
Down. was November 6, 1987.
And Dirty Dancing, that was a summer release,
I'm
right?
checking it out, but it feels like a summer movie.
This was the first and only film written
Yeah,
by
August 21st,
Doug
1987.
Liefler.
So it had only been out for like 4 months.
Dung Liefler?
Still, that was enough to know what you hit.
Get,
Yeah, not
anybody got a guess on what the box office for Dirty Dancing was?
$250 million.
You're actually not that far off. It was $214.6 million.
Okay,
In
I'll take that.
$1987.
Right, which is like $8 billion today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is this scene. We have Patrick Swayze's mentor / commander / only friend in the world. And I actually like this tavern set. Like, this is pretty cool. I want to build this in the backyard. If I built this in the backyard, would you guys like hang out back there?
Hell yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
I would
pretty
dress
awesome.
like Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
And I feel that would be tremendous. I feel like this is very sustainable. Also, like it wouldn't require a lot of maintenance.
Nah.
It's pretty open air.
Just a little tavern shack.
You could serve brunch out
shit.
there.
Oh shit.
He's like, you dick, you knocked my drink out of me.
And that guy
Like,
just
oh, there's
straight
a guy
up
in the garbage can.
popped up out of the trash can.
Ooh, were they both supposed to be poisoned?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
some
I feel
sort of-
like
Only it's like the worst.
So-
These guys aren't good at poisoning because Patrick Swayze wakes up in like 2 minutes.
so like from
But then he just lays there because he's sleepy.
So
Yeah.
from the dialogue that I can like decipher, like apparently his friend, his teacher, was going to be the peacekeeper.
Yes.
At the place.
He was supposed to be the peacekeeper.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is, not only do we have Road Warrior that this is almost a carbon copy of, but many Westerns use the same formula.
Yeah.
Like, this
and in
is...
fact, like the IMDb trivia said, this is considered to be one of the many knockoffs of Shane.
Yeah. I mean, this is a pretty tried and true story.
Would you believe that this is the only story that, or only script that this director wrote?
I don't
Yes.
believe you.
Yes.
I mean,
There's a reason Hool isn't familiar to me.
Yeah.
I challenge that. It was probably not the only one he wrote, but it was the only one that was
That got made.
Yeah. You're probably correct.
That's
Fair enough.
accurate.
this is as good as it ever got.
And honestly, this is my opinion. You guys may differ, and that's why you're all here. I think this movie's worst crime is just being amateurish.
Yeah, the story's fine.
The story is again has been told many times.
Yeah.
I don't think the design, the concepts, the costumes, like even the design of the weapons and stuff, like it's all pretty cool.
I'm cool with that.
If it had been in the hands of competent filmmakers,
Yeah.
It's like,
it would have been
yep.
pretty badass.
But even on that same note, like, the story's been told a lot, but even with that, the plot is muddled as fuck.
Well, I think it's mostly the dialogue.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
way
mean,
Or
we
the lack of the dialogue.
It's
or,
pretty straightforward. I didn't
Like, what does
have any
that
trouble
note say?
following
They
it.
never call back to that note.
Well, no, the note is the
His
Peacemaker
person,
summons.
Peacekeeper.
Yeah, to go to Meridian.
Yeah.
Because there's like a council.
I think, Nicole, I hate to say this, because typically you're like on point and your incisiveness is impressive. I think you're the only one of us that didn't understand what was happening.
No, I don't think this movie's very good.
Well, no, but that's a separate issue.
On that, we can all
Well,
agree.
like I didn't really pick up on a lot of it the first time around either. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it's because it's bad. It's badly executed.
I don't know. I felt like it was all
Also,
laid
why
out
does he
pretty-
take all his shit off and then let him on
Well, that
fire
doesn't
and
make
put
any
the shit
sense,
on
and
there?
that's-
being amateur.
That's your amateur shit
Does it say
going
what
on there.
this is?
This Steel Dawn is the kind of movie that Hollywood should be remaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
a movie has a pretty good concept but was shitty the first time around,
But to be fair, its
remake
concept is
that.
Mad Max.
Yeah, we're right.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And they already did that, and it was great.
social.
Like, he takes all the memorabilia off of his teacher,
So this,
sets it on fire, and then throws it onto the fire.
Shot in Namibia.
In what?
Namibia.
Is it Namibia? It's not Nambia?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was today's years
I
old.
feel, I feel like there might be a Nambia and a Namibia because there's definitely...
Also, why does Marshmallow Puff come out when they set the teacher on fire?
That's, I think, maybe something to... Well, but it would be on fire if it was flammable. I don't know what the heck that is. It looks like he shot a load between his feet before he started the fire. Maybe that's what peacemakers do.
Yeah.
Like, I really loved my teacher.
Oh, which, by the way... The Peacemaker, this was completely unintentional. Obviously, no relation to the Peacemaker series, but the Peacemakers are the lawmen of this Steel Dawn world.
Yes.
So that's just something that gave us a little chuckle the first time they said it in the movie.
I mean, honestly, this movie, like, shooting a load and then setting it on fire... is kind of a synopsis.
It
of
is
this
kind
movie.
of this
Yeah,
movie.
Exactly.
You're right. So let's do this. Let's find a director who's like a real visionary. Like my go-to is always James Gunn, but I don't want. This is not James Gunn material
No.
because there shouldn't really be any humor in this. Who would be our director to give us a new Steel Dawn? Because obviously John Cena is going to be Patrick Swayze.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want something that's like sepia tinged and bleak, you got to go with Zack Snyder.
Oh, I don't really want that either, though.
He's not wrong, though. about
Yeah,
that.
you're right. And it would be, the fight scenes would be a lot better.
Yeah.
Why did he
Well,
smell that
Maybe
snake?
you are right. I think we need a Zack Snyder remake.
With Batista as...
With Batista, yes.
And it's
But-
6.5 hours long.
But
whoa,
No, no,
hold
no,
on
no,
there.
if you're gonna do a Zack Snyder, I demand that he not have final cut or editing.
Yeah, I'm down with that. We'll bring back the Hool brothers
Yeah,
for that.
'cause
I think if we had a mix of Snyder and Hool, we'd have a good movie.
like his
The
most
Snyder Hool universe.
Yes.
I still say his most professionally made film is the fucking zombie movie he made, like at the beginning of his career.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead is
That's great.
still
That's a
the best
fantastic
thing he
movie.
did.
And that's like,
I don't think anybody would argue about that.
well, like no, like people who are Zack Snyder stands will fucking argue.
This fucking boat is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like this boat because that suggests that they're where oceans used to be.
Yep.
So that's a nice little bit of visual storytelling.
And you know,
also,
that's
I'm
something that just
wondering
happened to be there because
where
they're
the-
not putting
right.
that's not a special
where the
effect.
fuck are
Yeah.
they that this boat is in the middle of a desert?
That's,
I mean,
that's what I was thinking. Where would they film this? And
I looked it up on the trivia, and like that is like a real boat that's out there in the desert. I don't know why, but
it got lost.
Got really long.
Took a
Took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Can you imagine being the first mate going waking the captain
Yeah.
up? Captain,
Sir.
Captain, not sure where we are.
You're not gonna believe this shit, but
We appear to have run aground.
All right, so here is the best character of the whole movie. His name is Dog, and
He is a dog.
he's great.
I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like the best-
his sole
Yes.
quality
I feel
is
like
Dog.
the best character is his wife's crimped hair.
I think.
Yes.
I think I would name this dog Nunchucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not,
absolutely.
Not until later would you
Right.
do that.
Right. Well, I mean, he doesn't get a name now
He earns
because
his name later.
Patrick Swayze doesn't even have a name, so it probably didn't even occur to him to name the dog.
no.
I don't have a name. Why would this dog need a name?
Names are for pussies.
Come here,
You know,
dog.
I usually hate the dude ponytails, but it looks way better when it's pulled back. This looks like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is inexcusable.
This looks real bad.
It must have been hot too.
It just looks like two different heads of hair.
Yes. Which we'll get into multiple heads of hair on the same head.
Yeah.
Well, we did already because he had his
Yeah.
big bar fight scene. That was, we really got off track because we did not discuss how fucking ridiculous that bar fight was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But it's okay because we have plenty of other opportunities to discuss
Plenty
ridiculous
of
fighting
shitty fights.
in this movie. So let's take a look at this kid because
Jugs.
it looks like at the end of the movie this kid gains about 30 pounds. Does he look the same now that he looked at the end of the movie before? Patrick Swayze's ding dong is just balled up in the front of those pants.
He wears dance belts.
It's like a ball. Have you ever been to the zoo and seen like a ball python?
It's a ball ding dong.
It looks like he's got a ball ding dong in his pants. I also like the fact that he's wearing khaki chaps.
What the hell's that? It appears to be a man, sir.
Yeah.
I like that this gate is going to keep him out.
Yeah. This is how to keep away.
She locks the gate, like, well, there we go.
So he's coming here because his mentor was supposed to and died. So he's picking up where he left off.
No, he's after revenge.
Well, yeah, I think at this point, yeah, he's out for revenge. He wants to kill the guys who killed his mentor.
Gotcha.
I don't think his intent is to take the place of and be the peacemaker.
No.
Because obviously, at this point in the future, they're all aware of the Peacemaker series on HBO, and he's like, "There's no way I'm as cool as John Cena.
Hell no.
I don't want to even try that."
No helmet.
So he looks up at that pyramid thing.
Like that's going to be something later?
Right.
Yeah, and it's not.
And it just occurs to me now that it's not.
No.
I thought there was going to be like a security system or a laser or something.
It doesn't do shit.
Is it the same symbol that's tattooed on his chest?
It kind of looks like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, maybe it's something to do with, like, his war unit that he served in, because later we find out that her husband also served in the war.
But, as, you know, I thought it was going to turn out he's good at fixing lasers or good at repairing security systems. As we find out over the course of the movie, he's not good at anything.
He's not good at anything. No. He's not even good at drinking water out of a tiny little ladle.
Tiny thimble ladle. So, when I told you guys we're going to be watching this, none of you had seen it, right?
No, I saw it, like...
Oh, that's right. You said you had
I saw it, like, in the late 80s on VHS, because my mom rented it because she wanted to fuck Patrick Swayze.
Which, I mean, everybody's mom in the 80s wanted to fuck Patrick Swayze.
I had never seen it.
Tark.
Just over there tarking off. Tui
and Tark.
I forgot about Tui.
And the other guy's name is Off.
Is it?
Yeah.
Off.
Off.
Like, he's off.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Tark.
He's the Tarkin best.
He is, in this movie anyway, he is very clearly the guy you hire when you can't afford Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he has other credits to his name, most notably...
he was one of the replicants in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about my mother.
Oh, that's where I know him from.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just wasn't blonde in that movie.
Yeah.
And he's done hundreds of other movies.
Yeah, he's been in tons of other stuff. As a matter of fact, was he... No, he wasn't in Ghost. That was the other weird dude.
Right, I know who you're talking about.
Who looks nothing like him, but I think in the sense that they're both character actors that are very specific and have been in a lot of things. That's where my brain kind of mixes signals.
Yeah,
there.
he's one of those that I'm like, oh, that guy. Like, where I've seen him in a million movies but could not name a single one.
Right.
Off the top of my head, you know?
He's been in things.
Yeah.
Well, he
does
wasn't in
stuff.
Things.
No, he was not in Things. Probably to his credit, he was not in Things.
Anybody who wasn't in Things is very lucky.
That's a plus in their book.
Although I am Facebook friends with Barry J. Gillis.
You know Things is good because they watched it on Joe Bob's Drive-In.
I think Things is incredible.
I mean, it is.
However,
Okay, this...
You're doing a dandy job, fellas. This is something right here. This is where...
This is the Pope of butt plugs.
Yes.
He's great, and I wish we had more of him. He only gets 2 scenes.
Yeah. And, like, he is glorious. Once I saw him, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this movie's going to turn around and be awesome. And then he wasn't in it anymore, and I was like, okay.
He's only in it at the Valley Revival meeting or whatever, and that's like it. That's the rest of what we get from him. But I would imagine if they had been able to continue on with the Steel Dawn verse, he would have had a bigger role.
Then it would have been Steel Dawn 2, the Sultan of Butt Plugs?
Yeah, I think I would have been all about him.
Yeah.
Because Patrick Swayze leaves.
Yeah.
Spoiler. But at the end of this, Patrick Swayze just packs his shit up and takes off. He doesn't give a fuck about this valley.
Yeah, this little vehicle's cool.
He's riding around on a bicycle wheel, just one. It's like a unicycle that's being propelled by 4 men.
I will say, I think the vehicles and the costumes and the weapons are pretty badass.
I don't know. You remember the fucking bobsleds? Sand
I
sleds?
kind of like him though.
Yeah, I like them. They're dumb, but I like them. I'd buy I'd buy a toy of it.
Yeah.
They make a woo 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 noise.
Yeah, that like
Wah, 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 wah,
it
wah,
can
wah,
see just by
wah, wah,
looking
wah, wah.
around. You'll buy a toy of just about anything.
Well, okay, that's fair. I wouldn't buy a toy of that kid. All right, so you guys, look at
Fat
this
or
kid.
skinny.
Is this the same kid?
I like maybe they.
It is because there's like he's got like a mole above his lip, and the other
Well, you can
kid-
draw
the other
that
kid did too.
I don't know that they had mole budget for this movie.
They didn't have a marker.
I don't know. This kid's appearance changes drastically in a scene at the end of
Yeah.
this movie.
His
Sorry.
face gets
I feel
real,
like it's the
and
same
his neck
kid,
gets really
but
fat.
I feel like he gained like a lot of weight
They
and had
probably
a
did
different
reshoots.
hairstyle.
Yeah, his hair was definitely different.
Yeah, his hair was different, and I think the lighting was different. So
Well, the lighting was definitely different, but
Well, yeah, because he was indoors
Yeah.
for that
And it was a
moment
dark
where it
room.
was like shockingly.
Yeah.
but I feel like probably
It was maybe 6 months later.
yeah, like
And
Yeah,
he
they're
had
probably
started,
doing
like,
reshoots.
yeah,
the kid got
a growth spurt or a,
grew out.
he
Or
grew,
his
he grew out.
His body was preparing for a growth
Yes.
spurt.
That's what's happening to me right now.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for a growth spurt.
Yeah, me too.
A couple years from now, I'll be
I'm
7
gonna
feet
be
tall.
by the time Dragon Con rolls around, I'll be 7'2". I'll be like Omos.
Tark.
You'll move slow and won't
So
sell for
Tark
anything.
has
Well,
his name on his outfit.
I mean, that's me anyway.
Yes.
I want to point that out, that Tark has his name on his outfit. Because
It's-
we're like, what is this asshole's name, Tark? And it was.
Yeah,
It
we
was.
know his name because
It
it
was
says
like
Tark on his shirt.
He's like a gas station attendant.
Yeah.
So here's the big meeting of all the people that live in the valley, including the Sultan of Butt Plugs.
Yeah.
Which-
Oh, hey, look! There's a fucking person with some melanin.
The only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs Butt
In
Plug
the
Town.
desert. The only one.
Plug Town.
Yeah.
This is the cool little amplified stage where if you stand on it, your voice is amplified for some reason.
Well, I mean, you can tell because the back part is shaped kind of like an old-timey microphone.
Yeah, and I really
So that's how that works.
I
Yeah.
feel like that was their intent.
I think that's 100% they're thinking.
insane. That's
Yeah.
not how it works.
It's not a sound.
No, that's how acoustics work.
Actually, I would buy it more if that was in front of them. Like, I would kind of buy it. But
yeah, it had a little tube.
yeah.
That would have been awesome if it was that in the front, and then it was almost like a Dr. Seuss looking.
Yeah, and
little-
Yeah, she had to put her mouth up to
It's
it.
like, all right, everybody.
I'd be down with that.
Fucking Horton hears a sandstorm.
So you can even see right there. That's the letter that they were looking at.
Yeah.
Like it's the same. It's the same paper. It's not the same letter. It's the same
Paper.
metallic
Letter.
paper for some fucking reason that the dude had.
Oh, and here's the bad guy, Danielle.
Here come the guy
Dan Hill.
dressed in black.
Dan Miller.
What is up with the casting of this guy?
I don't know.
I thought he's alright.
I mean,
He kind of gives me, like, con vibes a little
he's
bit.
evil for sure, but
He doesn't do
Oh, no.
anything. He doesn't
Well-
physically do anything.
Like, I feel like his evil power is that he's rich, so
Yeah.
he can pay other people to do
You
this
can tell he's
stuff.
rich because he has scaffolding.
Yeah. He has razor wire.
Why is that guy looking at my boots?
He does like they focus it on his boot for like
okay. So
particular reason.
I just noticed
Well,
that
no, because Patrick Swayze saw the guys who killed his friend's boots.
my voice recorder's having some kind of fit here. So
Yeah.
hopefully my phone recorder is gonna. Yeah, it looks like that should be fine.
Yeah.
Great. Electronics have been failing me so fucking badly lately. It's driving me crazy.
Damn.
Well, that stinks.
Yeah, it's horrible. Speaking of my phone, so the Bluetooth, when I try to record video using a Bluetooth like earpiece or something,
Yeah.
it fucks up. It doesn't work, and it's the phone. It's not the earpiece.
Ah.
So there's nothing I can do about it. And I've gone online, tried to figure out what the problem is,
It's just like, yeah, he's got a shitty one.
and because this thing doesn't have a fucking audio jack,
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing you can do.
Yeah.
And no phones now. No new phones
No.
have them
Well,
anymore.
some like budget and mid-range phones have.
Well, who wants a budget mid-range phone?
Tark would have a budget.
Tark would
Yes.
have Tark would have a jitterbug.
Yeah, you're right.
Hello, Kesha.
Your father has a package?
I'll say.
That's party.
God, look at Swayze's butt.
It is
Yeah, they-
toit.
Yeah.
They show it a
Toit
lot.
and round. Yeah, they do show it a lot.
Hey, they know.
I mean, yeah, I would.
I'm all right with the little weird wind scooters.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
Wish they put some sort of motor on them. Maybe go a little faster though.
And like,
Yeah, I don't understand how
Yeah.
they work.
Arnold
at all.
Vosloo, the Mummy / Zartan / all kinds of other
This
great
is one of his
roles.
first,
I love that
roles.
guy.
oh, good old Tark. But I mean, like, you know, all the costumes look pretty cool. Like, Tark's ridiculous outfit looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, it looks right for what this is supposed to be.
It all looks like it goes in the same world, except for that dude's flannel shirt. That one dude.
Well, and all the settings and everything, like it's all very Doctor Who-y.
Yeah.
Like they found a location that they could use that kind of looked like what they wanted, and then built some rickety shit.
Yeah.
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 Very rickety.
Yeah, the location and costumes are good. The sets are not great.
Yeah,
I don't think.
they're very minimal.
Yeah.
I feel like it's supposed to be minimal though. Like their lives are not great. Nothing is palatial. Everything looks shitty.
It looks shitty, but it looks shitty in the way that, like, a really crappy art department with a minimal budget assembled a set, and you can tell it kind of looks
look
like
at,
a
like-
set, as opposed to, like, a rundown settlement.
I mean, look at, like, Beyond Thunderdome.
But this
Set
had
compared
like
to-
what, a tenth of the budget of Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't feel that the sets could have been any better than what they are.
Not for the money, but also.
I was
that's wrong.
disappointed in the bad guy's lair. I'm not
The
gonna
bad
lie.
guy's
Yeah.
lair kind of sucks shit.
Like, this town's alright.
Okay,
And that's
night,
where I kind of was like...
At night, the
It-
bad
it
guy's
was
lair
cool.
looked
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
They never should have shot anything
No.
there during the
No.
day because it looks like a tent on a
It's
stick.
fucking pitiful. Yeah. Yeah, like, this looks alright.
Yeah, this is fine. This is a shitty little market for desperate people trying to
I'm
survive.
really mad that after all this shit happened, jugglers are still around.
Just jugglers?
Yeah.
Juggalos?
Jugglers.
Jugglers. Yeah.
Fago.
But I think that's a thing. Like, there are always going to be people trying to like
Busk.
entertain. Yes,
Yeah.
like that's been a thing. That's always going to be a thing. That's actually something I was wondering about though, because we're
Shit.
Now
Oh,
begins the
fucking
fight
turkey
where we
leg.
beat each other with a large turkey leg.
which is, I mean, my favorite kind of
I
fight.
want to
Yeah.
see the large turkey.
I was gonna
That's
say.
true. Yeah, what is that?
We don't see any
I
animals in
feel
this
like
other than
an
dogs and
emu,
horses.
an ostrich.
That could be a dog leg.
There's a horse.
Oh.
That's definitely
They have
not
horses.
A dog.
No. It's some sort of giant poultry.
This is something to put out there to think about. An upcoming episode of the show, we're going to be talking about jobs. And what the fuck did people do, like, back when everything was just farms and,
Oh, yeah.
like my dumb job, or a desk job, or, like, think about all the stupid jobs that people have now.
Yeah.
You mean
What did people do
you mean
that weren't farmers or blacksmiths?
Yeah.
You mean I couldn't have sold fake digital Magic the Gathering? Shitty cast.
Like, because not everybody was a farmer or a blacksmith. What did people do?
What if like there were
Like, everybody
What
had
if
a...
there were medieval influencers, Dave?
Oh, jeez.
God.
Like, did everybody have a craft?
Yeah.
I think you either had a
You
craft
There were so
or-
few people.
yeah, you were like a hooker or...
Or
Yeah.
or you were dead.
Yeah.
That's a craft.
That is a craft.
So there
yes.
were so fewer people
man.
then that, like,
Hashtag sex work is work.
you had somebody
Yes.
that made the shoes, somebody that made the clothes, somebody that was the blacksmith, somebody that like animal husbandry.
As we
That's
clearly
a thing,
saw,
right?
we
You
had
just jerk off animals for a living?
we had the we had the guy who was.
I feel like back in the day they were just like, there you go.
See, that's the kind of shit I would.
We had to-
They would just get like two together and be like, there you go.
We had the butt plug vendor.
I mean, they
Somebody has
probably-
to be a butt plug vendor.
I'm
There's
sure
always
they had
Somebody has to
butt plugs
carve the
back
wooden
then.
butt plugs.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yikes! Can you imagine getting like a low quality and you get splinters?
Good God.
Oof.
ass splinters would be real bad.
And then you'd have to have the guy who was the specialist who dug the splinters out of people's buttholes.
and that's all he does.
That's it. That's
The
his
butthole
job.
splinter guy.
Yeah.
But they didn't know
You're-
anything about
you're-
medicine back then, so
Yeah.
they would just attach leeches to your butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah. They stick a
would be
leech
like,
in your butt.
Here's some leeches for your butthole, and like do some cocaine about it.
Yeah.
I
You're
don't know.
gonna you're gonna go to the third hut on the left. That's Mertwin. He's the he'll take care of your splintery butthole.
Cocaine was
So
legal
the
then.
sets are so unimpressive that like whenever the bad guys are trying to do some shit, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna destroy your town." They just like knock over like some metal,
They just knock over one
like
thing.
one little.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably all they could afford to fuck
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
Like, look, we have to leave the rest of this set intact. You guys can knock over that fire tube,
Yep.
and that's it. And if you mess anything else up, you're fucking fired.
Yeah.
So I found a hilarious bit of Sigmund Freud trivia where he was talking about giving a successful lecture. Said, so I gave my lecture yesterday. Despite a lack of preparation, I spoke quite well and without hesitation, which I ascribed to the cocaine I had taken beforehand. I told about my discoveries in brain anatomy, all very difficult things that the audience certainly didn't understand. But all that matters is they get the impression that I understand it.
Wow, he really was a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's what I do.
Just
Yeah.
do some cocaine and sound confident.
That's great. Well, I mean, I don't do that part.
I don't do cocaine, but I have
No.
bullshitted my way through this many years in life, and I will continue to do
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm better than Sigmund Freud because I don't even need cocaine
Yeah.
to do that.
And, like, I don't even have to, like, go anywhere and give a lecture. I, like, get up,
You just do cocaine anyway.
take 3 steps out of bed, sit down at my desk, and watch YouTube videos, and somehow get paid.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, occasionally I do have to do real work.
So what you're saying is life now is better than back when everybody had to know how to make shoes.
Yes.
Yes.
Life now is
Those-
better than when cocaine was legal?
Yeah, believe it or not.
trade-offs, Mike.
I
I don't. Well, I think we're talking about two different. Because I'm talking about like way back when there were still castles and kings and shit.
Back when people didn't know what to do with, like, human waste.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think they necessarily. I don't know.
Back
when,
when they're just like, what do you want to wash your hands for?
right.
Yeah.
I don't know when cocaine was
Washing hands
invented
is for
exactly.
pussies.
But I think mine
water for that.
predates
That's
cocaine being as widely available as when Arian's talking about.
Yeah.
Alright, so hear me out. Steel Dawn remake, Zack Snyder directing, Batista as the Peacemaker guy or whatever, or the Nomad. Who's playing Tark?
Ooh.
Uh,
Man, that's hard to cast.
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
live with it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Alright, this is the most disgusting scene of the
Yeah, this
movie.
is pretty gross. I don't
He is
like
just-
this at all.
Shoveling
Well, like, not only
in
that, but,
gruel
like-
Also, there's no
into
bread
his
here.
mouth.
By the way,
Yeah,
look.
yeah, okay, so Ryan's
This
right.
is his wife. and
Watch,
she's
they're
try-
going to have a
she's-
major continuity
She's
error.
trying hard not to laugh.
Oh, no, he picked up and put the
Oh,
bread
he
in.
did. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
But, like,
Okay.
it still looks
Still a little weird. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
She
It's
is
all on his
trying-
face.
I wonder if he's trying to make her laugh.
I think
Like
so.
if this is a little bit between them.
They had to film this like all day.
Like he's just being silly.
Or,
Because
like,
this is way
what-
over the top gross.
What if like the director's like, no, we have to convey that you're like, you know, a barrel, you're a
A
mostly
savage
feral.
and- yeah, I don't know.
It's,
Be a real
it's
piece of
something.
shit.
I don't know that the director had a whole lot to do with
No.
a lot of this.
Like, what? Yeah, what is the creative choice with just making him eat like a disgusting, like,
I mean, she mentions
feral
it.
man?
She says, you know, you look like you've never eaten before, and he was like, "You're nice. I eat like a pig." But what is
But why?
It's not. I think it's supposed to be a little character work and a little charm, but it's not. It's just gross because he's not. Patrick Swayze's just not good at being a pig.
No.
He's a man of class and distinction, and just didn't pull off being a sloppy pig.
No, I didn't buy it.
It's tragedy.
And now they're going to both do their best to not light her teased
Crimped
up
hair on fire.
crimped hair on fire.
Aquanet teased,
Yeah.
saturated hair.
In a world like this, it's remarkable to me that her hair is as coiffed as it is.
In a world,
I think this
In a
is
world-
going mad.
in a world of steel dawns. I think that her hair is just an after effect of the sand days.
Sandstorms?
Yes,
Sandstorms does have a side effect of making ladies' hairs crimped.
that's what I
Yeah.
think. I think that's
I
science.
Why
think the proof
the
is
fuck
here.
is this movie called Steel Dawn?
Because they wanted people to think it was the sequel
Yeah.
to Red Dawn.
That's the
That's literally it.
only reason. Because it is not a good name for this movie at all.
And do you know
If
why
they
they
wanted
wanted
it- if they
people
wanted
to think
people
it
to
was
think
the
it was-
sequel to Red Dawn?
Because this
Because it
movie's
is.
if they wanted people to think it was the sequel to Red Dawn, they should have called it Redder Dawn.
Yeah.
Or
They
like,
should have had him wearing still looking all badass, but have a Wolverine shirt or something like that.
I feel like that would have gotten them in trouble.
Yeah, probably.
Can you wear this Michigan Wolverines jersey?
I wonder if that's even why he doesn't have a name, so they don't have to commit to it being a different name from whatever his name, Bodie or whatever his name was, and
He was Bodie at point.
he was Bodie in something. Yeah,
yeah, Point Blank.
he should always
Wait, this is a
always be
sequel
Bodie.
to Point Break? How's that possible?
It's a
This
prequel
is
to Point Break.
this is after the wave
Yeah.
that he caught. The wave was so big,
Yeah.
all of the water flew off of the earth.
And
and
just
that's
turned
what
into a
led-
sandy wasteland.
That's what led to this, even though this movie came out before Point Break.
I feel like that's a valid theory.
They were planning ahead. Yeah, it was just that big a wave, and that's why Keanu Reeves was like, "No, you can't go stop him because the wave's going to be so big, bro."
And this is the part where he's like, I don't understand how your female brain thought about autism.
yeah, who thought of this?
I did. No, really.
I did.
What's
What?
the name of the
Yeah.
guy who did
But
this?
Yeah.
But you're a girl.
Yeah. But no, but like what man showed you how to do this though? Like, I mean, like what guy? What man? Was it Tark? It couldn't have been Tark.
It definitely wasn't Tark. Tark's,
You do realize-
Tark's dumber than a woman.
Whores are gonna migrate here.
I gotta do a little double check on the old phone here and make sure everything's happening that's supposed to be happening. This is very annoying. And now after talking, okay, it's still going. So now after talking shit about my phone, I'm expecting it to save the day here. I guess that's no way to treat your electronic friend.
Apparently not.
So,
Yeah.
So now-
he's taking a bath.
Waste. Okay, this whole. Because my theory was,
He's
oh,
taking
this
a
is
bath
his
in a
plan to
tin
draw
can.
these people out. It's not.
No.
His dumb ass, for some reason, decided to take this duct tape bucket out into the middle of the desert, haul all. You know how heavy water is?
8.5 pounds per gallon.
Water's
The
heavy
buckets
as
are right there.
fuck.
The
Yeah.
buckets are right there.
And he dragged this water out into the middle of the desert for no reason. To wash his Party City wig. Which, by the way, this scene is the only one in which his hair looks natural at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's out there just whistling like Donnie Benet.
Truly.
I mean,
Mr.
the
Spirit.
tub could not possibly be smaller. He is bathing in a bucket.
Well, I wish he was in like a giant, like white bathtub with the feet on
off
it.
the
Yes.
tub, yeah. Just in the middle of the sand. And he's like, "What? You never seen a man's dick before?"
I mean, that's essentially what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been okay. So
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Yeah.
He
do
said
you
that, and
like
then
like gladiator movies?
he says that, and then one of the goons is like, "You're really cool."
Yeah.
All right, I want to see what he says here about the pointy objects. Oh,
The sharp objects.
All right.
This will come back later, folks.
Yeah, shockingly, it does.
Yeah.
That is writing.
Well, there are a couple of
Writing.
callbacks
Yeah,
like
they did
that.
pretty good with that.
Swayze and
I'm just going to watch
Tawny
my
Katane
Yes.
get a lot of that.
Wait, if you were killed, you'd be dead by now? Is that what you said?
Probably.
He said if I wanted you killed.
Oh. If you were killed, you'd be dead by now.
I love the fact that he's straight up just washing his toes. Like, that shows what part of your... Like, if he stood up and cleaned out his butthole, that's the only way he could have been, like, less concerned about these dudes.
Yeah.
Turns around and touches his toes and just
And
scrubs
just
his
reaches
butthole.
up and fucking cleans it out. You guys, you keep on talking. Whatever your blibbity blue coming out of your mouth
I would
is,
just
but I
like
gotta
to-
clean the old brown eyes. So you
I
just
got a butthole that
hang
needs
back.
cleaning.
I haven't taken a bath
Yeah.
in 3
6
years.
years.
Yeah, I gotta
Since-
scale some dirt off this bad
I
boy.
would just like to point out that all this talk of buttholes is not my fault for once.
I know, I've been the one
Actually,
butthole
yeah,
centric
you
stuff
were.
tonight. Yeah.
You dubbed our friend the Sultan of Butt Plugs.
Yeah.
Arian has been strangely,
Butt quiet.
yeah,
He's been butt silent tonight.
butt silent.
I've taken the butt mantle.
I got it all out of my system listening to Donnie Benang earlier.
That man is liquid sex.
It's true.
Buttholes, vaginas, penises, whatever.
If
Donnie
I
Benet's got all of them.
if I was capable of whistling, I would whistle a little bit from "Girl of My Dreams" right now.
Yeah, I can't whistle. Did you know that?
I didn't know
Why
that.
would you know that?
I can't. I don't know. I hate whistling, and it's not because I can't whistle. It's because whistling is disgusting and annoying.
I feel the same way about whistling as I do humming, in the sense that I hate both of them.
Humming is annoying, but it doesn't bother me as much as whistling.
I feel like humming is a thing that old dudes do that they don't know that they're doing.
Hey, I wonder what this guy's name is.
I don't know. Maybe he'll stand up and have a name tag on.
So they're using the
They're-
power for the windmill.
Using
Is that
electricity
fan
to
supposed
power
to
a
cool
windmill.
the valley off?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
that's
I-
the
Is that what's happening?
I don't understand how any of this works.
It's somehow it's pulling the water up out of that
Yeah.
but
lady's
normally
hole.
you would use a windmill to generate energy,
Well, she's got
and
a
not
damn-
energy to generate a windmill.
Well, right,
She's got a damp hole, and the fan brings it up out.
right.
The
She
fan's got to blow and pull out the
They
damn
did
hole.
go to town to get a pump.
yeah. So she
So
showed
the windmill
Patrick
is powering the
Swayze
pump.
her wet secret cave.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And now they're just sucking the moisture out of her cave.
Her moist cave.
Her cave was flooded, and now
It was totally
yeah,
wet.
Her basement was flooded, so they needed a windmill to suck it all up.
This never comes back into play, which kind of annoys me.
Yeah, I wish he had gotten the opportunity to
Yes,
race.
this is to show that he knows how to drive.
That's
the car.
totally what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Because otherwise, you wouldn't think this kid would be capable of anything.
No, nothing.
sure,
Here is your dawn.
yeah, it's a steal, Don.
Oh, there's your
Steel.
steel.
Yeah.
Steel
There
on,
we go.
done,
There we go.
done.
It makes sense.
They nailed it. Nailed it.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I should have never
003.
Steel on. Yeah,
Okay, so this is the part I miss where they all get shit faced and have
Yeah.
sex with each other.
Tark.
Tark is out.
Yeah,
is
Tark is
tarked
tarked up.
He is
He was
all
fully tarked
tarked
up.
up and tarked out.
Yeah,
Tark
Poor
it
little
out.
fella's all
it's all
tarked
tarked
out.
out.
So she's got some kind of weird velour bathrobe situation.
Wasteland nightgown.
Sure, sure. And he's
He's
fucking
doing a
standing
headstand,
on his head like a
As
dick.
usual.
I wonder if she watches this movie now and goes, "Why did we do this?"
But like,
I feel like she probably loves it. Like
It was
she knows
probably
it. I'm
fun
saying
to
she
make.
knows it's shitty,
Yeah.
but she's probably like, you know what, we got to do this together.
We got a lot of. Well, they made like 4 or 5 movies together.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What else were they both in?
I'm not the Swayze expert.
Well, you
I'm
don't
not
have
the-
to
I'm
be.
not the Swayzeologist.
That's okay. Our Googleologist is on it.
again, like, I'm not a Zenologist or yogaologist or whatever, but I didn't know that for meditation you had to actually invert your entire self.
Yeah, it
And do a
doesn't work
headstand.
if you don't do that.
Yeah.
She was actually in Next of Kin.
Oh, damn.
She was also in Letters from a Killer, One Last Dance, and Grandview, USA.
I don't know what any of that is.
None of them.
But I guess if Swayzuary continues on for
We'll
the
find out.
next decade, we're gonna find out what these are.
I don't know.
Wait, if we run out of Patrick Swayze movies, do we have to start doing Patrick Swayze's wife's movies?
I think she was only in his
Or
movies,
was she only
right?
in Patrick Swayze movies?
That's a good question. Let's check and see.
Yeah, Google that.
We
Google.
still have several.
Yeah. We've got a few more years to go before we get to that point.
Then we'll watch
That is the most awkward kissing. Why
how
didn't
they
you
kiss in
guys
real
tell me
life.
how weird this was?
Yeah.
yeah, especially with them being married.
You think
Like,
that they had kissed a couple times before.
That looked like when you have young actors who've obviously never kissed anybody before,
Yeah.
and they have to kiss like passionately for the role,
It looked like people that
and
had
you're
never
like,
kissed
"Ooh, I can't."
each other or anyone else before.
Yeah.
She was in like 12 movies, and 5 of them were Patrick Swayze.
Okay, so yeah, I don't
When
think
did she
we'll
get
ever.
married to him? How long were they married when they met?
Like 84-ish.
Okay, so 3 years
Until
or
he
so.
died. So.
I let me just tell you, after 3 years, I pretty much knew how to kiss my lady.
Yeah.
Now it might have taken 3 years, but by the 3-year point,
She's like, turn over. He's like, no, it's all right. She's like, turn over.
turn over.
It's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, dear.
Well,
And this is
I've
where we
never
take
done-
the marriage
Never
to a
done
new
this
level.
before.
Yep.
Oh,
This is-
Just relax. Relax.
floop.
This
Relax.
is called pegging.
Yes.
I think the Europeans invented it.
Let it happen. I know what I'm
Don't
doing.
fight.
I'm glad you cleaned your butthole.
Yeah. I was married to a soldier.
Well,
Yeah, she died really young too.
Oh, she's dead?
Yeah.
Oh man, now this makes us all a bummer.
Yeah, she
Wow.
died like in her 50s.
Holy shit.
well
Oh, I
Patrick,
thought she was still
Patrick
alive.
Swayze died in his 50s.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. This article, they worded it really weird. But yeah, you're right.
Words
Were
are
they
hard.
talking about him?
Yeah, they were talking about him.
Oh, so she's still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going to say, I think I thought she was still alive.
As long as one of them is still alive, I feel like we can make fun of this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
But if they were both dead, I'd be a little bummed out.
This is the part
we
that
can make
she
fun
said,
of that shitty kid no matter what.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
care if he's dead.
And then we don't even need to look up if he's still alive. I don't want to know about it.
And,
She
there's
says-
and there's always Tark.
She
There's
says my
always
husband is
Oh,
dead.
he is dead. Tark is dead.
Yeah.
Damn it! Stop looking shit up.
He died in his 50s.
We don't
Well,
need to know
we
these
do this in
things.
honor of.
This
in honor
is
of
it's actually Tarkuary.
Wow.
That's what we'll do
We'll pivot.
when we run out of Swayzuary.
Yeah.
We'll switch over and we'll do Tarkuary.
I like it.
And while they were exploring
Each other's buttholes.
femdom roles, someone came and knocked over their fan. And that
Dong.
was it. Femdom.
Oh,
You
hey.
hate to see it.
These guys look so dumb.
And I mean, I think they're definitely supposed to, but
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
really good at it. Like maybe too good
Yeah.
at it.
I don't really know why. Like, why they'd have two complete dumbasses working the farm, but
Kid's got like a Jake Lloyd look to
I
it.
think everybody is kind of a dumbass.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
true.
Because, like, let's look at the main character in this movie, Patrick Swayze, who's not very good at anything.
Yeah.
So, like, they have to be leveled down from him.
Yeah, true. And that kid doesn't have a lot going on.
And we
Yeah.
call him Patrick. Obviously, Patrick Swayze is not dumb. He's awesome. We love Patrick Swayze. But his character in this,
Not good.
No.
Not good at anything.
who doesn't have a name, so we have to refer to him as Patrick Swayze. Well, I guess we could call him Nomad, because that's always credited.
That's dumb, though.
Well, it's look, are you trying to tell me that the name that they gave Steve Rogers when he quit being Captain America is dumb? Is that what you're trying to say, Nicole?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I can't really argue that.
This
Okay,
looks
so look how big
so badass.
that looks
Yeah.
massive
Yeah.
and
Why does it look
awesome.
so fucking stupid during the day?
It does.
I guess everything looks dumber during the day.
I guess.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't like looking at stuff during the day. I'd rather look at stuff at night.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times things look better when you're at night.
Yeah.
And you wake up and you're like, oh, crap, that looks awful, man.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
I mean, that looks
Absolutely.
like some giant towering structure.
Yeah, I thought it was a massive, like,
Yeah.
and
I thought it was a whole encampment with like horse camps and like igloos and shit.
Yeah.
And like in the day, it's just like a piece of scaffolding.
Here's another little piece of my disappointment with this movie, though, is seeing that giant structure. Because I didn't remember this movie at all. I remembered it was Patrick Swayze with a sword in the desert, and that was like it. While we were watching this before, I was like, oh shit, there's probably going to be some kind of crazy fight with them in that structure, like jumping around between the beams.
That would make sense. Yeah.
And by this point in our first viewing, my expectations had not been properly managed.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are the 6 titties.
Here's the R rating.
Oh, I was wrong, because she has a shirt on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
So you were
3
right.
titties.
You were
You
right.
only see one of
Wait,
hers.
3 titties?
1, 2, and 3.
She's not wrong.
Yeah, you see 2 full tits, a side tit, and then 0 tits.
Okay, all right. I mean, I have to trust your.
I am a titty boob expert.
You're a tittyologist.
Yes.
You're our senior tittyologist.
Yeah. I have a degree in tittyology.
Tittyotomy.
Yeah.
That was a funny little bit. That's literally the only funny thing in the whole movie, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are these guys. There are 4 guards total in this entire fucking place.
Yep.
And Tark and Nomad have decided that they have to get past them, and clearly there's nowhere else they can go.
No.
Nothing
There's
to do.
no way around.
No, because they're in a very enclosed space.
Yeah. They're on an island of nothing.
And then he says it only takes a second to break a man's neck, which, like, I'm expecting.
They don't
some
break
badass,
any
I know.
necks.
I'm expecting some badass thing where he's gonna sneak up on him and break his neck. But no, they just loudly fight him with the same loud punch sound effect.
He like
going on.
sneaks up on him
whistles
and
at him.
grabs him by the foot and drags him off.
And
What
they're
is it
like-
with this guy and whistling?
Yeah.
And like everyone in this scene is like screaming, and like somehow nobody notices.
Well, they're all, to be fair,
They're all over there
at a-
being sexually assaulted.
Yeah, they're having a drunk whore party. And I'll tell you right now, when I'm in the midst of a drunk whore party, I look at his khaki chaps crack me the fuck up. Like, I get that they're going for a real desert look, but like, make them brown. Why are his chaps the same color as his trousers?
He's got khaki pants and khaki chaps.
It's too much khaki.
It's
Too
not
much.
cool.
I didn't know that was possible.
This
It's very possible.
could have been
Honestly,
so
any
awesome.
khaki is too much khaki.
This could have been so awesome, but it literally looks like a PA like lightly tossed that rock at that dude.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, totally.
I was fully expecting it to blow through his head.
Nope.
No, it was like, bink.
Yeah. There's no way that... And it even hit him like in a spot where if it had any velocity whatsoever, I would have bought it knocking him out.
And can we just mention the fact that they came here with the sole purpose of stealing this one valve?
Stealing the valve.
They brought not a tool with them.
How many tools did they bring?
0.
No tools.
No tools.
Not even one.
No, not one tool, not any.
Whoa.
0 tools. Not 3 tools, 0
That's
tools.
about as close to Patrick Swayze you're going to get.
Without being inside Patrick Swayze.
Yes.
That's like really close.
Inside of his ear.
I have
On the big
I have
screen,
not
that had to be frightening.
done a large amount of valve removal in my life, but I would feel that having tools to remove a valve
Said
would
valve,
be
yes.
important.
And you would think if you were familiar with the valve, and
You were going
Right, because Tark
Yeah.
knows his way around a valve.
yeah, he's a valve guy. Tark is
valve
a valve. He's a tarking valve guy.
Yes, that's his only thing.
Yeah. And so
He had
he
one
like
job.
Yeah. He
He
literally
knows.
is. That's it.
he took the broken valve off, and he used a tool to take the broken valve off. He's gonna go get a valve. Brings 0 tools.
But that's the plan that you get when you're with a guy who hides a body in the desert by laying down beside the body in the desert. Like, the guards are going to be like, hey, is that a body over there?
I'll disguise
Oh, wait,
it by
there's,
being another
there's
body.
there's 2 of them. It's okay. There's 2. If it was one body,
Yeah.
that would be weird.
I'm sorry. The 2 body
But there's
rule
2
is in
dead
effect.
bodies,
Yeah.
so that's fine.
It's
Maybe
the
maybe
2
that
body
guy
rule.
fucking-
No problem.
Yeah.
Body alone, sound the alarm.
Yeah,
very
Body in
fit.
pairs, don't get scared. That's the rule.
Always.
Yes. It's like I before E except after C.
Same
Only
thing.
for desert bodies.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Galloping horses cannot outrun
I was going to say, man, Patrick Swayze
Patrick
is
Swayze.
fast.
Okay, so
They do say after this that he's real fast.
that is one other
That's
thing
true.
he's good at. He's really good at running and jumping onto
Yeah.
And doing,
carriages,
and doing
Running after
flippy-doos.
horses.
wagons. Yes, and tumbling.
He would have made a great, like mid to late '90s WCW cruiserweight.
Well, but he's not really aerial tumbling. He's a
It's just
ground
somersault
He's
guy.
a ground tumbler,
Yeah, he's a somersault guy.
which would fit him in right now because every fucking wrestler in the world right now just loves to do those little rolls all the time.
Flippy-doo.
Fucking rolling all. Well, no, they're not even flippy doos. Where they like
Roly-doly.
they hit him in the corner and they run away and then they roll for no reason whatsoever. Like Becky Lynch does it all the time. Like all of it. Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara.
Sammy
is
Guevara does it all the
very
time.
Guilty of that shit.
All those people just rolling
And
for
like I like
no reason.
I like Sammy.
Sammy's
Guevara.
fucking incredible, but he needs to cut it out with the fucking rolls.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
We're veering into cornet territory.
At least
here.
Austin Theory, when he rolls, he pops up and does a drop kick or a clothesline or some shit. These other people are just rolling for no reason, like they're fucking wagon wheels.
Oh shit.
You're not a wagon wheel, you're a wrestler.
This is where Tark's
Speaking of
gonna have
wrestlers,
his
here's
stupid tantrum.
here's our budget Hulk Hogan.
Damnil is a terrible bad guy name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time they say it, I'm like, are they saying Danielle?
It sounds like Danielle.
Yeah.
Which honestly would be better than Dan Mill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Tark, he's good at valves. You know what else he's good at? Being a little bitch.
Yeah.
He's definitely a little bit.
This is the quickest story. The whole arc is it happens so fast.
It's
Oh shit! Now
it's
he's
so
he's the
shitty
cool one.
and stupid and poorly executed. But I'm so happy that it is because I don't need 30 minutes of him going bad and doing fuck it.
I would be kind of okay with that though if he joined the bad guys.
I don't want that out of Tark. If the
No,
kid
I like
did
my
it,
Tark pure.
if the kid did it, that'd be fine.
Because we already
The kid's like, my mom's a bitch. I want to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Mom wouldn't give me fucking sweets after midnight.
Do you know what my mom does in the morning instead of making me breakfast? Fucking teases her hair out.
And then
Yeah.
2 hours!
And then
2 hours, you guys!
Wait,
She's working on her hair. I'm hungry in our little mud hut fucking kitchen.
And then
she's
Then
teasing her
she
hair.
sleeps with some dude whose name she doesn't even know.
Putting stuff in his butt. I don't even
the bad
understand
guys
what's
could
happening.
so easily find her water stash.
Yeah. It's like behind a bush.
So you're telling me her secret wet cave is behind a bush?
Yes, it's behind
man.
a little bush.
I mean, look,
Patrick
this is the
Swayze found
future.
the right
Hygiene. Hygiene is what it is. I'm sure her bush looks like the back of Patrick Swayze's neck.
Yeah.
She's got several wings glued down
And
there.
that's all. That's all crimped
There was not
too.
a lot of waxing going on. It's still
No,
going.
no. She crimps her hair and then she crimps her pubes.
It's true.
I bet there was absolutely no butthole bleaching.
He saw her naked, and he was like, oh, "Those are some interesting panties." And she's like, "I'm not wearing panties."
It's a merkin.
It's odd that you wear fur shorts in this heat.
We're weird.
Got a big old bush.
So we've got another. This could very well be the same set as the first tavern.
Oh yeah.
And
I
maybe
think it
that's-
is. They
This
just
is
shot it from a
the
different angle.
in Meridian, the town.
No, I'm saying the same set.
Oh yes, it probably almost certainly is.
Aryan Meridian's not real.
It's still real to me, damn
And
it!
look, this guy's even wearing almost a championship belt.
He is.
Only he's just a champion of being a bitch.
He also has breasts.
I mean, look,
No, listen.
that's
And it's okay. It's okay.
It's old. You get older gentlemen. There's only so much you can do about that kind of genetics.
That's right.
You just call him a pig fucker?
This lighting makes Patrick Swayze look like fucking Bob Seger. It's weird.
Well, the whole rest of the movie, he's looked like Chris
Hey, man.
Pontius. So
Yeah, turn the page. Turn the page.
ugh, gross.
God, he just fell in a fucking Ziploc bag of wine.
Here he goes.
I feel like in the 80s there were television ads for foil packs of wine. Was that the thing?
I don't know.
Also, this like a shitty boss fight. You know,
I know
where
there
you
was
gotta,
a
like, avoid
UB40
the boss,
song
so
about
they like
wine.
hit the wall. And they
Yeah, that's
It's like
exactly
that,
what it
At
is.
the same time?
Yeah.
Are you guys
Red
wearing
wine
matching-
in a foil
No, I
bag.
guess you're not. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm orange.
I thought you were wearing matching plaid shirts for just a second.
Mine's a creep show shirt.
Oh, nice. I really like those shirts,
Yeah.
but I know for a fact that even their biggest size is not going to fit me right. So
It's
I have
comfy
not.
as shit.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I want
I'm
one.
sure. But and also, I cannot tolerate long sleeve shirts.
I hear you.
But they,
Fuck sleeves.
yeah, I agree. I don't like any. If it goes below my elbow, I can't handle it.
Weird.
So there's you can see Patrick Swayze's ball dong
Ball dog
coiled up again.
It's coiled up bald.
with his khaki pants and
This poor guy
Khaki
covered
chaps.
with feathers. What a pathetic piece of shit.
Man, just fucking wasting water.
Oh, you're right. Well, that's
Yeah.
probably
He knows where there's a ton of it. So
that's probably gray water.
Yeah, it's probably like horse drinking water.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
something.
It's
like
like
there's definitely urine in
A whole
that.
bunch of people peed in this. Let me throw it
There's
out
like
there.
urine
Yeah.
and oil and
This is where like Tark has this heartwarming moment where he says, "You're actually not that disgusting.
Oh,
you don't
shit.
make me
Here
want
we
to
go.
puke." And then they all smile.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it was like someone touching. He just said,
I mean that's as close to feelings as you get in the steel
Which is a
bond.
weird way to describe him as, oh, not that disgusting. It's like, is he trying to say that he's sexually attracted to him?
I think so.
Because that would be like a
Understandable?
underhanded way of saying I'm sexually attracted to you. You know,
Hi, we're here
you're
to
not
make
that
a
disgusting.
music video.
Yeah. So this guy's hair. We have not talked about this
Yeah.
guy's hair.
We're here to be the Tina Turner backup.
We're
dancers.
here to be the Tina Turner backup dancers. This man has Tawny Kitane's scalp strapped to his fucking head.
Yes.
It's tied up under his chin like a little cowboy hat, and then they get the headband to keep it in place.
Otherwise, it'll fly off.
This is the most incredible worst wig in the history of cinema.
Yeah. Best worst wig.
"There's
Ever.
also no reason for it."
It's like the beards in Cannibal the Musical.
yes.
It's the wig equivalent of that.
I just don't know. Like whatever his hair actually looks like has to be better than that.
Also, his scar keeps changing. So pay attention to his scar in this
Oh,
scene.
does it?
Yes.
Oh no.
Watch him later. His scar keeps changing.
Because I was wrong. The dog is excellent, but this guy is actually my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Because he's the only actor that seems to understand what they're doing,
He's really giving it his all.
and he's just having fun.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I recognize that I am in a piece of shit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I am going to have a silly fucking Renaissance Festival accent.
We're gonna fight with Tim Poles.
Yeah. And he's like,
Staves,
yes, Staves.
His scar did change.
which I don't know that those are even actually
When
staves.
you see him in like the one where they're holding the kid, his scar is completely different.
It's a $1.25 quarterstaff.
That scar, the scar keeps changing. It keeps.
It's like the
moving.
mole in
Yeah,
Mike
Men in
Myers?
Tights.
Prince of Thieves.
Oh,
Or yeah, Prince the Men in Tights.
Yeah.
What?
yeah.
Same
We
thing.
were all wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Ryan is the only one here
Yeah.
making any sense.
The animated Disney Robin Hood
Yes, that's
with
the
the
one.
foxes.
All right, laughing guy. We also haven't
Chuckles.
mentioned as much because we haven't really heard him laugh a lot.
Yeah.
But he is so like this little crew with Tawny Katane and Laughing Guy are so like
Yeah.
an '80s teenage movie
Totally.
bad
Yes.
guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Who is Tawny Katane? Googleologist.
It's
Who is this man?
Some dude.
Because he doesn't like he's got an awesome face.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really seem familiar, but I feel like he should be recognizable. Like, surely he's been this same character and other stuff. Also, I'd like to point out that Patrick Swayze appears to be wearing Lemmy's boots.
Yeah.
I feel like
Right in the dick.
this is actually a movie about dudes wanting to have sex with Patrick Swayze.
I mean, I feel like every movie with Patrick Swayze is
This
that.
is
Well, that's true.
This is Christopher Nemi.
Nemi?
Nemi?
Okay, has he...
Finding Nemi?
Has he done any...
Yes.
Has he done anything else?
Quite a bit. He has 101 credits.
That's how I feel it should be.
And I guarantee you've seen him in a lot of stuff because he looks like he's been in a bunch of shitty horror movies.
He's like Tark. He's in everything.
Oh!
Shovel to the
I
back.
feel like that guy really just whacked Patrick Swayze in the back of the head.
It seemed
Yeah.
like it.
He was
Like-
in guys. He was in Species 3.
Whoa, nice!
I like that.
That's definitely the third Species movie.
Yes.
I like that he tells this guy not to interfere, and that comes back into play later. Like, there's
Yes.
some cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
But how
'Cause all of us were
ineffective
tough.
is Tark in this?
Like,
scene?
Tark could have at least cut one
Yeah,
head.
Yeah.
they should have gave him a moment.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of him existing at all?
Because he's just a
None.
complete suck-ass.
Yeah.
He runs up with a stick and he's like, ah, and then he's dead. Nothing happens.
I guess they didn't want anybody taking any of Patrick Stewart's shine at all. What is this?
Right you are, number one.
Engaged.
Okay.
Sipping some Earl Grey.
So we're redoing this. It's not going to be Batista. It's going to be...
And then that's perfect because then Batista can be Tark.
Yes! So Batista's Tark.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart is Nomad.
Yeah.
But only
And Zach Galifianakis is the little kid.
Only-
Zach Galifianakis is
It's this guy.
He's
Yeah.
Sam Nell.
No, he's this guy.
That's hilarious.
Although I kind of want Sean William Scott to be this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Stifler.
Put Tawny Container
So,
on
yeah,
Sean
you're right.
William Scott's head.
Zach Galifianakis... Okay, Zach Galifianakis is Patrick Swayze's wife because I want Lena Headey to be Danielle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm in.
Okay,
God damn it, I'm in.
so now we get a romantic relationship between Patrick Stewart and Zach Galifianakis.
Yes.
This is great.
I like how we're still keeping this all white.
This is one of the
Idris
whitest
Elba
movies
is
yet.
not going to have anything to do with this stupid movie.
No.
So forget it.
But Wesley Snipes needs a paycheck.
You're probably right about
He
that.
could be
He'd be
Danielle.
Laughing Guy.
Oh, yeah.
And, okay, switch out Lena Headey out, the lady from The Expanse in as Danielle. I can't remember her name right now because I've, just gotten into this show. But the senator or whatever she is. She's awesome.
Steve
I haven't watched the
Buscemi
show.
as the Sultan of butt plugs.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Okay. Steve Buscemi is the dog. Hey,
He runs on all fours and wrestles nunchucks out of a
I got that guy's nunchucks for you.
Good boy. Good boy.
Ooh, now see, here's the dungeon room. You got the whips on the side.
Yeah?
I mean,
yeah.
That's the room he was expecting when she was
Yes.
like, I have to show you something.
And I want this to be the cast we're talking about, but I want it to be like that Psycho remake where it's shot for shot.
Yeah.
The same movie.
Just get your hopes
Except
up so
for
high,
they
'cause
add one shot
you're like,
Yep.
the dog.
of
The dog's gonna
Zach
save it.
Galifianakis looking through a hole watching
Jerking
Patrick
off.
Swayze get undressed.
The dog's gonna You just think the dog's
Right, that's which
The
well,
dog
you don't
runs in there like
you
he's gonna
don't
save
think
him,
the
but does
dog is
nothing.
gonna open the
I
lock,
kind of did.
but you think he's gonna do something.
Yeah, some
Yes.
sort of thing. Some sort of thing.
Which, you know what? I guess they achieved their goal because the point was to wonder,
Okay, why is the kid so fat? in
this
scene?
kid
Yeah.
turned
Why is
into
he so
Jabba the
fat?
Hutt,
And his hair's totally different too.
Yeah.
and his hair is completely different.
And his scar is total. Look at his scar.
Oh yeah, his
Totally
scar's
different.
way more pronounced.
Yeah. Completely different shape.
Yeah, look at that kid, dude. He quite obviously is
his body is getting ready for a growth spurt.
Yes.
That's what we're gonna stick with.
Well, that's what happens, but
Yeah, it is
apparently
what
it's been
happens.
several months
It's
since the last scene
yes.
was filmed.
well.
yes.
They definitely redid his scar makeup because
Yeah. They didn't even take a picture of it and then look at the picture. They were just like, I don't know, there was a scar on this cheek, I think.
That door
have cell phones.
completely just opened right there.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
amazing.
Oh, the dog's helping. He's pawing at the door. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it when the dog is holding the sword and he grabs it from the dog.
Yeah.
Well, that's not spoil. That's not spoiler.
I like
for
it when
people
the dog...
who are certainly watching this along with us.
Oh, of course.
When the dog figures out the combination to the lock on the door, I like that part.
That's going to work really good with Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to believe Steve Buscemi figured out that lock.
It's like Steve Buscemi can't open
So
locks.
this is going to be Zach Galifianakis.
Gosh,
What is happening with this kid?
Completely different.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be Zach Galifianakis and the
Who's Danielle?
Middle Eastern lady from The Expanse.
Okay.
Who is going to play her hair?
The little tiny person from Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good call.
And Deep
Who,
Deep,
Patrick Swayze's balls.
Deep Roy.
Deep
So-
Roy.
so
Deep
not-
Roy can play her hair.
Not the little tiny person, because that's a different person. But Deep Roy can play her hair.
Yeah.
And that's Steve Buscemi. And he just hit it.
No.
The dog just handed him the sword. You're right. He's like, go get him. Is this still Batista? Did we change that?
Yeah, this is Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, right,
Yeah.
right. This is Patrick Stewart.
No,
Well,
Batista's the dog.
Batista's kid.
Batista, right, Batista was Tark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh my god.
Okay, no, but I don't really want this to be Patrick Stewart. I want it to be Chris Pontius.
Man, they are really going for a Road Warrior vibe.
and I want him-
Sick of
What
it.
if Patrick Stewart is the peacekeeper who gets killed?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
good call, good
and
call.
Chris Pontius is Nomad, but he's just wearing his party boy
outfit. Yeah. Party boy.
Yes.
And instead of like trying to fight anyone, he like
He
puts
just
the
humps their
boombox
face.
on
Yeah.
and like
Yes.
starts dancing on them.
Yes.
It's like
And at the end here, instead of putting on his armor and stuff, like the whole time he's been running around in his thong, but at the end he puts on his little bow tie and his cufflinks.
Yes.
And it goes off.
Tearaway pants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I like it.
Zack Snyder would be into this. We should call him.
I'm sure he has nothing else to do.
yes,
Something else
water
to
from
watch.
my moist hole.
Yes. I have a moist hole behind my bush.
It has an endless supply of uncontaminated water.
What do you think of that,
Where?
Danielle?
I feel like any water coming out of her hole is not uncontaminated.
That's true. It needs to be filtered.
Well, and this whole release my
Strongly.
son and I'll tell you thing is weird. So, okay, they're just going to take him and throw him out into the desert?
Yes.
Like, is that really the best option for this
Yeah,
stupid
apparently.
kid?
The kid is pretty stupid.
It's going to take a minute to cut through that thick ass net.
You got gravy on my sword.
That kid completely changed the conversation.
Dramatically.
It's so fucking jarring.
I can't keep up with these subtitles. I thought he said it's on my puppetry.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Please, I'll suck your dick.
shitty bad guy layer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Well, he's a pretty shitty bad guy.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
So it goes.
It's I feel like they're trying to go for a Jabba's Palace vibe,
Yeah.
but they've got a Bib Fortuna's outhouse vibe
Yeah.
instead. But, look, again, you know they were constrained by the budget.
Sure, but
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it has to suck all the dicks. Like, it's...
I mean, clearly that is what it means.
I've seen movies that were made for less.
Yeah.
But do more.
That I feel like
But you're not
this
taking
set-
into account the cocaine budget.
Yeah.
Also,
Wow.
most of that money probably went to paying Patrick Swayze.
And
Well,
let's
and
be
cocaine.
honest.
But this set is
Just
just like...
Killing had a smaller budget, and most of that went to Wanderlust. But
yeah.
it's still
I'm just going to let him go.
clearly a cinematic masterpiece.
There is
Like,
nothing clear about what you just said.
I feel like his lair is shameful, honestly. It's just like darkness, some fake candles, and like some fake chains.
That's how shitty this world is. Even the most wealthy, influential man in this world lives in a shithole.
You are giving it away.
That's how
It's
that's
a poorly designed
that's
set.
the filmmakers wanted to make a point
Yep.
of look how depressing
It was very thought out.
and hopeless this world is.
Yeah.
It's like a work of art, like The Road.
You know, we never. You know, something that we talked about watching a couple of years ago that we never got around to that I think we need to definitely revisit. Tank Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What if we did... Okay, I think we could do this because one movie that we owe the people is already on there. What if we themed this entire year post-apocalyptic?
Since we're living,
Let's revisit...
since
what
we're
was it
living in
again?
post-apocalyptic times.
What was that? What was that word?
Post-apocalyptic.
I will do no such thing. The Needless Things Facebook group.
2022 post-apocalyptic.
The Needless Things Facebook group is a family-friendly
Aaron,
place, Nicole.
Aaron's like, can I have a post-apocalyptic butthole?
Have some standards, people.
God. All right.
No, what if we
I'm
themed
sorry, I
this
just
year, and we clearly...
Yeah.
God, the kid can't even fucking drive this.
He's a terrible driver.
We'll have
Terrible
to
runner.
we'll have to look and make sure there are actually. Well, right now we only need 10 more movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
this
can think
January-
it's 10. Yeah.
Well, in like 9 because Tank Girl.
What if we themed the whole year
I'm down.
What if we watched a
post-apocalyptic?
good? What if we watched a good post-apocalyptic movie and watched Fury Road?
I mean, that could be one of them for
I
sure.
love Fury Road.
That's a
Any of the Mad Maxes.
Yeah.
I mean, would be
Yeah.
great.
I like all of
but
it.
yeah, we can make this happen.
I'm down.
Ooh.
Fucking Pinky Swear.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love being here when the magic happens.
Yes.
I feel like it's your sauce in the atmosphere that makes it happen.
Well,
Mike, I'm going to need you to just calm down with your sauce. It's not appropriate.
It's getting everywhere.
Yeah, it's getting all over the wall.
family-friendly, Mike.
Hey, you
What,
guys
you think you're a
invited me for
peacemaker? You
Swayze.
think you can just...
No, you start talking about post-apocalyptic pussies, and then Mike's sauce gets into the mix, and then we're all screwed.
Wait, is that Mel Gibson?
They're trying so hard.
No, he doesn't have a car.
Shit. Oh, no, it's just Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Wait, which Patrick is this?
Why does he put him over his lap like he's about to
Is that
spank him?
Patrick Duffy?
I thought he was dead.
These nunchucks.
God.
Dog goes, I'll handle this.
The dog's like, this guy sucks.
That's probably okay. Let's talk about the way that he has his sword stored.
The most dangerous way to carry a sword. The only way it could be more dangerous is if he carried it inside of his abdomen.
Not
Like,
only-
what the fuck?
Not only is it not covered, like there's
No.
no sheath, but it's pointing upward,
Yeah.
slicing into the back of his arm every time he moves.
Yeah.
Every time he walks, it would be just cutting the fuck out of the back of his arm.
Oh.
It would be in ribbons.
Also, I feel like one, I don't know that was actually the kid jumping out of that car. It might have been a little person or something.
That's the second car he's jumped out of.
But it seems
So
tremendously
He
dangerous.
fell out of the first one, to be fair.
True, but
After
you
you're
still
right.
need a stunt kid.
And how shitty a jouster do you have to be for that short-ass spear
He just drove
to
into
have
it.
murdered you?
Yeah.
He did. He aimed
He-
his chest at that spear.
He was like, I just want to die.
But, Ryan, what did we
just want to
get?
fucking
Yeah.
die.
That callback.
Yeah,
Got the callback.
Yeah.
Arnold Vosloo hoisted by his own petard. Or Picard, if that was Patrick Stewart.
And
That's
here comes
tremendous.
the
The
dog.
dog took out Nunchuck Guy.
The goodest boy.
It's awesome.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
And then,
This looks like shit.
why does this look like such a piece of shit
It looks
during the day?
even worse in this
Hey
shot.
guys, remember Thunderdome? How that was cool? This is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Hey, could we recreate Thunderdome, only make it real shitty?
With the
Real shitty.
literal, actual razor wire from, like, Home Depot behind
Yes.
them.
Yep.
I want you to recreate them.
Which is why he so gently falls in.
Yes.
Here's $10.
He's like, ow, 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 ow. Yeah, this is Thunderdome for $13.70.
This is Thunderdome.
Nice.
Sad Max beyond
Nomad
Thunderdome.
Max
Yeah.
beyond Thunderdome. I hope after they finish filming this movie, they took that kid to a doctor to look at that thing on his lip.
Yeah. I hope they took this guy to a nipple doctor for his like leather vest rubbing him off.
Oh my god, his nips must
Yeah.
kill.
They might have had those
I
padded.
hope they put some duct tape on him or something.
Maybe they gave him pasties.
You know, I mean, that thing's tied up on the nipples.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. That's
But
snug.
it's like, why is his only armor over his nipples?
You gotta protect
Well,
him.
He's like,
You know,
stab me
people-
in the heart, just not the nipples.
People get mad about Drax being so funny in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but I gotta tell you, the whole nipple thing, it's
Oh, yeah.
fucking hilarious.
It's the funniest, yeah.
and the callback at the end where he puts on the jetpack thing and he's like, my nipples!
It's
Like,
great.
I'm sorry, that shit's
Wait,
just
people
funny.
have a problem with that?
Yeah, people hate that they made Drax funny.
What?
People are stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you go on the internet, you can find people mad about literally
Yeah.
anything.
That,
There's,
that,
There are probably people
that Guardians
mad
of the
about
Galaxy video game is tremendous. Like
It's actually
fucking-
really good.
It's
yeah,
great.
Like the
Phantom Jr. played it. He
It's
said it was awesome.
hysterical too. Like I found myself
Yeah.
laughing a lot.
Yeah, I want to play all of those. What is it? Telltale? Is that what it is?
No, this is like a new one.
Oh, this is the Avengers.
No, it's not Avengers. The
But
Avengers
it's
game
no,
is a
but
piece
it's
of
the
shit.
same people that did the Avengers, right?
It's not
Maybe.
really. It's
Square Enix.
It's Square Enix, but it's a different development team.
Either way, they did a great job.
Okay, well, whatever the case is, it
It's-
looks an awful
it's-
lot like Avengers.
It's really
It's-
good.
Patrick
Wait,
Swayze
Yeah,
just cut
I
his
watched
elbow
Phantom
off.
Jr. play it a bit.
It actually plays more like God of War than anything.
Yeah.
Because you have your
It's like God of War, Mass Effect.
yeah.
Well, he played the other one too. That's the one I was
The
thinking
Telltale
of.
one. Yeah,
This,
I know what you're
this
talking about.
bad guy is supposed to be so honorable, yet he took out his master like a punk.
Well, and his little knee knife suggests that he is not honorable. Although at the same time, like in battle, what is honor? Like, who gives a fuck?
But
You're
also,
trying to kill your opponent.
Yeah, but this guy is like...
He's not. He doesn't really. He's not there for the honor. He wants the challenge of battle.
There you go. He's
there
not
is no
honorable.
point that
He's-
this movie
how,
follows its
how
own
Klingon-like.
rules.
Well,
Like,
you might be
yeah.
right about that.
Yeah.
The knee knife.
Tumble!
The knee knife
I'll
is a
tumble
cool.
for you.
The knee knife is a cool idea, though.
It is. It is.
But
But
it is pretty functional. If you think about it, if you could have a knife shoot up.
Oh,
your
yeah,
knee,
totally. I mean, I kind of
Yeah.
want one.
Yeah.
You never
yeah,
know
you
when
can
you're going to
jam
need
it right
something
up
like
people's
that.
balls.
Yeah.
I can think of a few times, just right off the top of my head. That would come in handy.
Like when we asked you to come over and do this commentary.
He just murders all of us with his knee knife and fucks off home.
Damn it. That damn Gordon knee knife. Another tumble.
Another tumble.
For no reason.
Tumbling.
It's just like WWE. No fucking
No
reason
reason
to
whatsoever.
do that.
This
If any
is-
wrestlers are listening to this, stop with your fucking tumbling. It's silly. It's worse than when somebody gets hit with a clothesline and does a flip.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
There's so much tumbling.
The-
The only thing choreographed in this fight is just like somersault, somersault,
The only
somersault.
thing choreographed is Patrick Swayze dropping his fucking weapons
God,
all the
yes.
The only time anyone should do a flip from a clothesline is when they get hit with the buckshot lariat.
time. Nobody should ever do a flip with a clothesline.
Nah, I like
Ever.
I like Brian's flip when he got hit with the
It's
buckshot.
terrible. It's stupid.
Even Brian.
This
takes me
part
out
right
of the
here is
match.
fucking terrible.
So
This is fucking terrible.
I was very
He looks afraid.
for just a couple of years. Patrick Swayze looks like a little bitch in this fight. Just a couple of years, I was in a band, and our drummer was like totally self-taught. Bought his drum kit like one piece at a time. Like he literally had a kick and like a coffee can on a stick.
like
at
a Johnny
first.
Cash song.
Yeah, it was.
One
It was. It
time.
was. But he, for the first like 6 months or so that he was playing, he could not hold on to his fucking drumsticks. Like he'd be sitting there playing and it'd just fly out of his hand. He couldn't hold them for some reason.
Well, he must have gone to the Patrick Swayze
and
school
that's
of drumming.
that's what this is like. Patrick Swayze is just like Dan. Like he can't hold on to his shit.
Yeah, he has zero ability to hold on to
At
his
one
fucking
point, he
sword.
was taping them into his hands, and I can't remember. I can't remember what his solution was, because eventually it was fine.
You
That's
stabbed
amazing.
him. You had the advantage.
But yeah,
and he ran away.
At one point, he would, before we started practice, he would literally take like athletic tape
and tape the drumsticks in his
That's
hand.
really just use your hands in the way they're intended.
Well, I don't know if he got so sweaty. I don't know. I don't know
No,
what
it
it
happens
was.
a lot, but usually they have like the little holder to grab another one.
Yeah,
like,
the little-
seamlessly.
Yeah, he
Pouch.
definitely did not have backup drumsticks
like
at the time.
Shiloh would do that sometimes,
Yeah.
and then it'll fly out of his hand, and he grabs one real quick. And
Yeah, he had for a very long time he had 2 drumsticks and that was it.
Damn.
We didn't have a lot to invest in the band.
he just Def Leppards it for a second until someone came running and get his other drumstick.
Yeah, well, no, we would. Like,
Yeah.
I would literally go look for it
Yeah.
because we'd be in Jeff's basement,
Wow.
and I'd go like grab it and hand it back to him.
Aw, shit.
Here's the part where he weirdly winks at him.
I like this though.
And he cuts this guy's head
I
off.
like that.
Yeah, that's awesome because
Yeah.
again, it's a callback. He told the
Yeah.
guy, "Don't fuck with my shit again." But you're right. It looks like he winked at him like he was getting
Look.
ready to turn on it.
Look at
Yeah,
see?
he keeps doing it.
Yeah,
And
he's
I guess the wink was just
like, you're the best competition I've ever had.
like, we got to finish this because I thought he was going to like turn and help him,
Yeah.
and that isn't what happens at all.
This whole setup is like, it's a setup for them to kiss. He's like, you're the best
You
competition I've
just
ever had.
we need to
I
find.
mean, I guess I kind of want to see
we
them
need
kiss.
to find a video of Patrick Swayze having sex with a man,
Like
so Nicole can get over
like in
this whole
Talladega
thing.
Yeah,
Nights.
that sounds like
At
more
the
Yeah.
end when
you
Ricky
think.
Bobby and
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Ricky Bobby, Sacha Baron Cohen, whatever
Yes.
his character's name is.
French dude,
Yes.
Jean Girard.
Just say you like
I don't
crepes.
like a thin pancake.
It's too bad Talladega Nights isn't a post-apocalyptic movie.
I know.
He clearly has like shoved the sword next to him and he's holding it in his arm like this.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
beautiful.
And now they've got the whole rig in,
Yeah.
so it looks like
Now it's cool.
yeah. Also, I think the sword that is going through him is much longer than the sword that Patrick Swayze has actually had up to this point.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, lost his sword again.
Yep.
Yep.
Nah, he left it in the dude.
Right, but you don't do that. You keep your
But he
sword.
picked up the dude's swords.
Eh.
It's fine.
She's
She
gonna
either
live
lives
die.
or dies, which
Well, that's pretty much
Describes
how it
pretty
works
much
for
all
all
of
of
us.
us.
is like everybody.
He's like,
yeah.
I don't know what you want me to do here.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I do like this.
Cool.
I kind of like this though.
Yeah,
I
this
picked
is
them out.
this is the most awesome thing he does in this whole movie.
Yeah, I dig
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
It's a
this
little
is his
secret knife.
one badass moment.
Yeah, that's
true.
pretty cool.
Ha!
And then watch him sort of gingerly lean into the
Yeah.
actual for
That's not
real
so
razor
good.
wire. Like,
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
I mean, I do the same thing.
oh,
Fuck
for
that.
sure.
Owie! 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 Owie!
For
Owie!
whatever they were paying him
And not enough.
for this movie.
I don't know. Yeah.
You don't want this to be your last movie.
Yeah, fall into
Yeah.
this razor wire.
He's
No.
like,
How
oh,
about no?
shit.
Yeah.
Look at all these dead people. She's like, I'm so glad to see you here amongst the severed heads.
That sword is so dangerous.
Yeah, it's got too
many pointy
points.
parts, yeah.
Too many points.
Too many pointy parts. You gotta have one not pointy part.
The dog is like, let me clean those up for you.
He's helpful. I swear that tattoo thing of his is moved.
It's brutal. It looks so bad.
It's terrible. It looks like it's just like dried maple syrup.
It looks like he went to a house in East Atlanta and had that done.
Yeah, somebody took a brown Sharpie and just drew it on his chest.
Well, no, somebody bent a coat hanger up into that shape
And then
heated
burned,
it
yeah,
up
exactly.
and stuck it on him. Oh my gosh.
He's got some feelings.
Yeah, it does.
Do they? They have
Post-apocalyptic
So they have a
dentistry.
pretty-
yeah.
So they don't have barbers, but they do have dentists.
Yes.
They don't have barbers, they
They know
just
it's
glue
important.
Tawny Katane to your head.
Well, we don't know how long. The world may have only been like this for like a couple of years.
It's
We
been,
don't know.
It's been 6 weeks.
Would 12 monkeys qualify, since in the future parts of it it's post-apocalyptic?
12 Monkeys would qualify. However, I do not think that would make for a good commentary.
It's so fucking weird.
Yeah, I think it's too much movie for us.
Yeah.
If there was a dumbed down version of 12 Monkeys,
Children of Men would be a good one.
I have not seen that.
It's really good.
It
like,
is
for
really
real.
good. And I actually own the Blu-ray of it.
Yeah, it's a very good movie.
I own fucking
I actually
physical
haven't seen
media.
it, so I'm down.
Wow, that's shocking.
It's an excellent movie.
It's actually one of the most well-made movies ever.
So here we have these fellas talking about building a city.
All five of them.
They've got the aqueduct going on.
city.
You should
Yeah.
call it Tark City.
5 people are going to build this city. It should be called Tark Town.
Yep.
Tark
Yeah.
Town. Yes, sorry.
Tark
Tarkington,
Tarklanta.
Bill.
Tarkopolis.
Tarkopolis.
Welcome to Tarklanta, where the players play.
Oh boy.
And now Patrick Stewart's just gonna leave. He's like, thanks for the
I
vagina.
laugh every time we say Patrick Stewart.
I'm gonna
We
go.
can't help it now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I will
I
not.
literally saw both of his balls. Like,
It's
like, I could see
ridiculous.
I could see the outline
Yeah.
of the sack in each individual ball.
Patrick Stewart's like, if I stay, I will be violating the Prime Directive.
It's true. He's already done enough. His little headband has changed colors too. I feel like sometimes it's brown and sometimes it's.
Well,
Yeah.
he's got a whole wardrobe of headbands. He's got to have a different
Yeah.
one for different occasions.
That
When he wants to feel sassy.
when that whatever doctor they take that kid to, they need to take her to as well because that mole
got
on her chest
melanoma,
is
yeah.
insane.
Yeah. She has to have that
Mole,
look
mole,
at.
mole.
He's
Yeah.
got a khaki band, khaki pants, khaki
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 chaps.
duster,
Khaki shirt.
It's true.
hooded duster with rolled up sleeves and little. I don't know what those little clippy closures are called. The little
Khaki
clippy
band,
closures.
Khaki band, khaki chaps. The boy's a nomad.
I wonder where the fuck you were going with that.
Whoa.
Nomad. Nomads, gonads.
I saw him.
Well, yeah.
We all saw him.
In detail.
You can see each wrinkle of his scrotum.
Oh yeah.
That's the beauty of having seen it on the big screen.
It's true. If you haven't seen Steel Dawn on at least a 97-inch screen, treat yourself to Patrick Swayze's
Is it-
pants nipples.
is it-
God damn it.
Is it Steel Dawn or Steel Dong?
It's Steel Dong. It's
Yeah.
fucking pants dumplings.
All of
And stuff like.
And with that, he's out.
Oh god.
He's like, you guys are weird. he's like, oh
Fuck
no,
you, I'm
absolutely not, you shitty fucking kid. Fuck off.
He's like the opposite of Anakin here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck about my mom. I want to leave with this weird dude who
Yeah.
can teach me how to fight. Anakin was like, I'm going to miss my mom.
Yeah.
He was like a decent little kid.
Oh,
Stop
my
giving
God, you
Anakin
become a
shit,
Jedi.
people.
I love it. I love Anakin.
You can't come with me. I don't like you.
It blows my mind that people have a problem with like how they portrayed Anakin. Like
No,
the
I-
whole point is look at this sweet little enthusiastic
Yeah.
kid. Like that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It turns into this horrible person.
Yeah.
Like that's the tragedy. It's the whole point of Star Wars.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, he doesn't like sand. No, he doesn't fucking like sand. Nobody likes
Nobody
sand.
likes sand.
It's still funny.
Not a
Ask
person likes
anybody who was in Steel Dawn if they like sand, and they're gonna be like, motherfucker, no. It got all up in my pants dumplings.
It went everywhere. I'm
it.
still
There's
digging it out.
so much sand in their butt cracks.
She is still digging it out of
Have
her
you
vagina.
have you ever had a lady enter your butt in the middle of the desert?
In the
Do you
middle
know
of
how much
a sand
sand
dune.
gets up in there?
Have you
I
ever
would,
been pegged on the sand dune?
I would rather have butt plug splinters than sand in my butthole.
Oh, right up in there. Oof.
He's all disappointed. He's got to live with his mom.
Yeah,
It's
with
like,
his
God, I hate
fucking
this
rolled
bitch.
up wool socks.
In a Tarkless town.
In a talkless town in Steel Dawn, with Weston boys and Patrick
They
Stewart.
could have at least named the town
Patrick
like Steel
Stewart. Do-do-do-do.
There's no reason for this movie to be called Steel Dawn.
Dawn. Wait, what is
Yes, there is one reason. And we have discussed it.
What
There's no
if,
reason inside the movie to be called Steel Dawn.
What if there's an after credit scene where like it ends with like Picard, and this is like a holodeck thing.
Oh man, that would be incredible.
Yeah,
It didn't happen because Next Generation didn't come out until the. Oh wait, it was '87, wasn't it?
And Data was Kasha.
Oh man,
yes.
perfect.
Oh. And
Perfect.
Patrick Stewart had sex with him.
Yeah, well, I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
He is programmed for.
He is
Pleasure.
atomically correct.
What does he say? What's his line? Data says, "I am
He's
programmed
fully
for."
functional.
Fully functional.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so yes, that movie is terrible, but it is entertaining.
yeah.
Yes.
And
It did
for-
entertain me for 4 hours.
for the
It's not slow.
for the $12 that they had in the budget, they put together a movie.
Yep, the story's fine.
Hans van den Zanden.
So
That's the
this
guy.
is
Would I
this
watch
is
it
the
again?
test,
No.
I think.
Turd Ferguson.
When we go around at the end, I think kind of my favorite thing is when you think about what we just watched and look ahead, like how long would it be? Would you watch it again ever? I look at this and like maybe 3-4 years from now, I'll probably watch this again.
Yeah, I feel the same.
It's definitely not like stricken from the list.
No.
I would watch it again, like, with you guys, but I wouldn't just be like, sit down and be like,
No,
I want to watch this again.
Well, I don't know.
It's been a good 30+ years since I've watched this, and it would probably be
30 plus years
30
before you
years
watch
from
it again.
now, when we're all 70, let's
It's
sit
not.
down again
Well,
and
look,
fucking watch this movie.
I can't
when I'm
watch.
70, I might need some help sleeping. So this would
Yeah.
be great.
I can't watch Red Dawn without watching Steel Dawn. Like it's like every other sequel. It's like Ghostbusters or
All right,
or
Jesus.
so. But as far as sitting here tonight, watching this movie, enjoying it in the company, Arian, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Like it didn't really thumbs in the middle. Like it didn't really provoke.
I'm not saying you're going to go out and buy it, but you weren't sitting here miserable watching it.
No, but I didn't really enjoy myself either. With
Yeah.
the way.
Well,
But
do
when
you,
was the
do
last
you
time you
ever?
enjoyed yourself, though? Like 1992.
No, the Spider-Man was great. Some
I'm
of
gonna-
that shit.
I'm gonna have to watch Dust Till Dawn next. That's the third one, right?
Yeah, that is from Dusk Till Dawn. That's
Yeah.
the third one.
Yeah.
The it's a prequel, but it's the third one.
Yeah.
Because that's the vampires are what caused the dust storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they caused
Yeah.
the sandstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Gordon, are you glad you came over here?
I'm always glad to come over here.
Well, that's nice of you.
You know, unfortunately, I have to pay for it by seeing a movie like this.
There's
But it-
always a cost.
but-
Well done, Mike.
But it's
well
well
done.
but it's well worth it. I can honestly say that I will probably never watch this again. But if I do, I will not watch it without our commentary.
There you go. I'll take that. All right, so Canavers individually, where can we find you online? What are you up to? What's happening in your lives?
Cast Creatures, Neon Warlords. That's all I got.
Yes.
Battle Cougar to see pictures of Popular Kitten.
Oh, and by the way, for the Zack Snyder remake of Steel Dawn, definitely has the Neon Warlords score.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like Popular Kitten needs a role as well.
Popular Kitten can play
The
the
kid.
dog.
No, the dog is Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, the dog has a cat.
I would rather have. Yes, the dog has a
The
cat.
dog has a cat.
The dog has a cat.
Yes.
All right.
There you go.
Now it
Kid-
makes sense.
Yeah.
She can be the dog's cat.
Yes.
Yes.
The human dog's cat.
Yeah.
Mike Gordon, what are you up to? Where can we find you?
You can find me every
We
week.
can find you every week on the Needless Things podcast. Apparently,
Wow, it's been 3 weeks.
it's
right?
been a run.
That's been a great run. But you can find me every week on our Station 1. And, of course, the Dragon Con Report once a month. That one's, the first episode of that is out. And if you want to see all my other things that I do, just go to newlegendmike.com.
And finally, Arian's Anal Corner, available quarterly
Much like
in the back of Highlights magazine.
much like the classic album "I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside" by Earl Sweatshirt. You cannot find me doing anything anywhere because I don't like shit. I don't go outside.
He doesn't do things.
If you want to
Things are
see
dumb.
stupid memes and pictures of my pets, at such lazy man.
There you go. Thank you guys for coming out to the Phantom Zone and kicking off our year of apocalypseness.
Post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic
I will do no such thing.
for 2022.
Post-apocalyptic.
There will be no
2022.
there will be no post-apocalyptic for Arian. It's always current apocalyptic all the time.
Post-apocalyptic butthole.
Oh, pokey
They sell those apparently.
pokey buttholes. Is the Pokemon movie post? I guess it's not post-apocalyptic.
I don't know.
Pokeapocalyptic. We should probably wrap this up.
Yes.
Woof. I almost forgot to put my headset microphone back down before I started recording this closing thoughts segment. Check out that Needless Things YouTube channel. Join the Needless Things Podcast Facebook group where we vote on important things like, is Escape from New York post-apocalyptic? Believe me, there was some contention in that. And that's actually what drove us to trying to determine what the theme for this year was going to be with the Needless Commentaries. Because I do not feel that Escape from New York and Escape from LA are post-apocalyptic. Now the end, spoiler alert, the end of Escape from LA represents an apocalypse, but those are not post-apocalyptic worlds. It's just that society had degenerated to the point where New York and then LA were just dumps where we threw all of our shit. Everything else was, dystopian probably, but there was no apocalypse. There was no singular event that led to that ruin, which is my definition of apocalypse. But then our good friend Arian argues, well, that singular event could actually occur over the course of many decades. But to me, that takes the punch out of the word apocalypse. That's a gradual decline or entropy or something else. That's not an apocalypse to me. Anyway, you guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing. Review the Needless Things podcast on iTunes or wherever you can review podcasts. I don't know how that works, but I know you can figure it out. I love you guys.
You have been listening to a Needless Things podcast. You can follow Needless Things on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at needlessthingspodcast.com. Love you. Mean it. Uh-huh.